Welcome everybody to Off the Dial Season 29. My name is Matt and I'm here with
Natsu.
welcome Natsu. It is time. I'm actually gonna be really hyped for this one. I haven't commentated over a lot of free agent tournaments in a while. So this is gonna be really interesting to watch as this is a free agent tournament for all skill levels. What do you think, Natsu?
I think it's gonna be interesting since I know some people signed up that I like.
These are very interesting as we'll be starting round one very soon as we are just getting through in the private battle. So we'll be back when we're ready to start one out. Alrighty, and here are the teams for today. We have, for round one at least, we have Dull Dares versus Aromatic Ashes. We have some pretty interesting rosters. We have Prongs, EST, I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Zio, I believe. Squid Rider, and then on the side of Aromatic Ashes, we have Peter, Captain Ash, Medphone, and Cruz. So what do you think about these teams, Natsu?
I know like a grand total of one person on them, so I don't really have an insight.
That's true, this is a free agent tournament, and a lot of these teams, or maybe even these players, are new to competitive Splatoon. This might even be their first tournament, or maybe even their first free agent tournament. But again, it's a tournament for all skill levels, so everyone is welcome. And it's going to be really interesting watching these teams of free agents team up and go against each other in a tournament like this.
Let's see if this is gonna be a trio or a neutral game.
We are hoping for a mutual game as we love commentating over sets that are pretty even to see because there's a lot on the line. And yeah, there's a lot on the line, and with teams so equal, it's fun to see them pair off against each other. And with these free agents, a lot of teams might struggle when when like a bunch of free agents are getting together. They might be losing synergy, or they just need to practice together more in general, which is why these teams have time to practice beforehand. But yeah, some of these players might even be new to competitive Splatoon, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they can play in this free agent tournament.
Yeah, funny thing before, because most of the time you don't use your 24 hours, you use like 1 hour before the tournament to practice together, well, usually we do that. So there's not really built up chemistry or synergy with each other, so usually you're going in blind.
It's always bad going into tournaments blind, especially a free agent tournament where you don't know what you're going up against, and it might be the reason why you lose a set or even the tournament. But we're going to be getting teams into the lobby as we speak, and the next round will be starting shortly.
Yep, you could one team you could face like a pretty even team, and then the next team you could face like a Div 3 team and get completely swept. Or well, a carrying Div 3 player.
There is some good and bad parts about all skill level tournaments. It might just be bad because there's a team that's like 2 divs higher than you, and you know that you're about to get 2-0'd or 3-0'd. But what's good about it is that you get to experience what those higher divs use, and the gear sets they use, what comps they use, the weapons, everything. You get to see what those higher level teams use, and you can use that to your own advantage and to your own games, and be just as good as they are.
Yeah, it's funny when the other team just starts copying your comp. Actually, we've done that in grand finals because we're losing like 0-3, and then we have like nothing left to lose.
So you just go and copy the comps.
We lost that immediately.
Oh. Well, that's
we've got it was I forgot the map, but we've got to like 7 or 6. Then oh yeah, Manta Maria Rainmaker. We've gone to like 6, and then they just countered with like they pushed quite hard to KO us. It's painful.
It's painful and unfortunate for your team. But we're going to be starting very shortly. Here are the maps we'll be playing on. We have Inkblot, Art Academy, Tower Control, Piranha Pit, Rainmaker, and Manta Maria Zones. What do you think of those?
Range. All of them are good with range weapons.
That is true. We can be seen. Keep going.
Well, actually, I play like short range weapons on all 3 maps and do pretty well. So I don't know actually.
These are some very interesting and very nice, actually. Very nice map mode combinations. Props to whoever made these. I don't know if anyone on the staff or someone else did it. But we are going to be heading in to our first match. Now we have Inkblot, Art Academy, Tower Control, Dangeorus in the pink or purple, and Aromatic Ashes in the green. Let's see. We do see a Slosher coming out from the side of Aromatic, and a Glucas and a Dapple's coming out from Dangeorus.
Oh my god. This is already going insane with the comps.
You see the Poison Mist getting thrown right onto the tower, as we do see the Dapples going down to the T-Tex bomb, and we do see now 2 down on the side of Aromatic Ashes, as Dangeorus are going to be able to get a chance to push in. And we do see the K-Shot. They have the missiles ready, and they can use that to their advantage to throw them off of the tower, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're throwing the mist onto the tower, and they're just trying to shut them down. Not letting them get past that first checkpoint is really what they need right now.
Yeah, but like, they seem to struggle, but... Oh, wait, no, never mind, they pushed in.
They did push in very fast, and we do see now 2 down on the side of Dangeorus, and that's going to end their push. Not a very good push, but they did get the first push of the game, the first minute, so that can mean something. But Aromatic is going past that first checkpoint, but no, Dangeorus will not let them. And it's now 2 down on both sides. That we do see Cruz rushing up against that T-Tech, but getting taken out, and that's now 2 down on the side of Aromatic Ashes.
Looks like builders are gonna push up into their base and try to camp them there while someone push tower.
They continually work in their favor, and they get the push off. We do see that jet coming out from builders, as they are able to get past checkpoint 1. They're pushing down further, as now 2 down on the side of Aromatic Ashes, and it looks like that's is gonna get killed by the splatter shot, and there's another pick by the 10th splatter shot, and they're gonna be pushing back. They didn't get too far, but they did get past checkpoint 1, which does mean something in the end.
Yeah, it's very useful because you don't have to wait on that checkpoint again when you push afterwards.
We do see the K-Shot getting the pick on the splash, and now Aromatic Ashes are going to be able to get a chance to push in, but no, the jet will not let them, and they're forced to back out.
Oh,
and we do see one getting taken out, but he jumps right back onto the tower. The Glugas, they do get 2 picks. They get 2 picks, and now this is the chance for Aromatic Ashes to push in and take the lead.
Only the slosher is up for Dolder side, which is unfortunate for them, but amazing for Aromatic Ashes. It's Dolder's push up on wall.
You see them trying to push up, but they are going to be taken out very fast, and oops. Sorry about that. And anyways, Dolders do have the map covered up mostly in their turf, as we do see the armor and the jet being thrown out. We do get a double in cover jet combo, and they are going to get that pick off the blaster. And this will be Dolders' chance to push in and get a even bigger lead, as they're going to be reaching that checkpoint 2. You see that pick off the big shot, and now that's 3 down on the side of Dolders, and that's gonna end their push.
The two teams have opposite power. Aromatic Ashes has killing power, splatting power, while Dolders has painting power.
You see a little fight. We do see a 2v1, and it looks like Dolders is up 2 down, and they're going to be able to push on. And Aromatic Ashes are able to get the lead off of Dolders as they're getting pushed out. As you do see them trying to fight them off. They're caught the missiles, and they're going to be popping them armor. We do see one going down to the Glugas, and then we do see another trade. So that's now a 2v2 left on the board, and now, never mind, it's a 3v1. As the K-Shot's going to be taken out by the Slosher. With a minute remaining, Aromatic Ashes has that lead that they need to win.
Looks like they're gonna try to recuperate while Builders tries to push up from it.
We do see already 1 down, now 3 down on the side of Doldashes. They do have a chance to push, but it looks like they aren't. We're trying to play it safe, turf up Dolders, basically their entire base is like getting missiled. We do see a missiles and an armor getting thrown out by Aromatic Ashes, and they actually are now pushing the tower as the Swash is going to be going down on the side of Dolders. As the K-Shot's trying to find out who killed the Glugas. And now with 10 seconds remaining, 3 down on the side of Dolders, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the game in Aromatic Ashes' favor.
That was rather even, actually.
It's a very even match, but Aromatic Ashes was able to get the push that they needed, and that's just kind of what set the game in Aromatic Ashes' favor. Very interesting to see double dually, a Dapples, and a K-Glugas popping out. It's very interesting to watch. But now, with game 1 out of the way, we do have Piranha's... What was that? Piranha Zones? I believe.
Piranha Rainmaker.
Piranha Rainmaker, I'm sorry. Piranha Rainmaker. But already, with the game in Aromatic Ashes' favor, they just need to win this next one, and they should be set for the set as is a playoff set. So they could... But again, Dolders can bring it back and win these next 2, which might be what they needed. What they need, I'm sorry. But
I wonder if we're
Aromatic,
gonna see Stingray from both teams coming out here.
we could see Stingray, or I want to see a Jet here. A Jet would be interesting to watch. I don't want to see
Both
that.
at the same time.
Oh no, it's even worse. It's a lot of rain.
I could see a Bomb Rush, Jet, Armor, and Stingray comp coming from the two.
Alrighty, we're gonna be heading on Rainmaker, Piranha Pit. Let's see what these teams have to offer. There we go. Sorry about that. We can't see it now. We do see the Keglugas and the Dapples coming in again, as we do see relatively same comms on both sides, as we do see one going down. We do see one down on the side of Aromatic Ashes, as they're going to be picking up the Rainmaker, as it looks like that the Splash is going to be staying back a little bit, trying to see where they can get some room, but no, they are not letting them get any room at all. Two down, and they get to pick up the Rainmaker, they cannot, and that's out the white for Doldares, as Aromatic Ashes pushes down to less than 30 remaining. Can they KO? Can we get it? No, we don't get the KO. It's not 3 down on the side of Aromatic Ashes. But less than a minute in the match, they were able to push down to 11 remaining.
Yes, very quick. I didn't even expect that.
I think the other team even expected that. As we do see that Inkjet coming out, unfortunately they aren't able to get any pick. They're going to be pushing with those missiles. As we do see the Keglugas getting the pick off the T-Tech. And now they're going to be popping that armor as they'll 2 down on the side of Doldares, and this just kind of ends off their push.
The Gugas can try to fight someone, and they're gonna try to take them.
We do see that T-Tech getting the pick off the Keglugas, as they're just fighting to try that. Sorry, they almost have their Jet ready. They do have the Jet ready now. 2 down on the side of Aromatic Ashes. This is the perfect chance for them to push, and they're going to be popping that Inkjet. Just trying to get coverage, make sure there's no one in mid. And they do trade with the Keglugas, but do they still have time? They really don't have that much time. It's now 2 down on the side of Aromatic Ashes. They pick up Rainmaker.
They didn't get Rainmaker. You should have maybe. Rainmaker is a powerful weapon to play with.
But they just don't have the room that they need to push in, and this might just end their push off early, as now they do get to pick off the Keglugas though. Maybe this is a chance, as the Zap's gonna be taken out. This is a chance to push in. They are pushing it really strong. It's just K-Shot alive. They are gonna be getting lead. The 7 remaining. These big pushes, you never expect them. In this kind of scenarios, they're gonna be picking up the Rainmaker. That's a KO! A KO for Doldares. Holy!
I hope I see these guys in grand finals.
Oh my lord! What an intense match, but a very quick match to say the least. Doldares was really.
Doldares. They didn't even pop armor. I just saw that they haven't popped armor even once and still KO'd.
Pop armor, but they still won, and now it's tied up 1-1. Doldares versus Aromatic Ashes. What do you think we're gonna be seeing next for Manta Zones?
The same comp, I guess, with like more paint, like game 1 with I think Doldares.
Yeah, I think Doldares did have a lot more pain. I think that Aromatic Ashes did have double dualies. But we're going to be moving into our last match, going into that game 3, Zones, Manta Maria, and we will be starting very soon.
I think I expect the clapless from the double dualies team, because splash down on zone is yes.
It does come with a risk though using Splashdown, as there is an easy chance if the enemy team's on zone for them to get that splashdown cancel. But with that out of the way, Sweat Zones, Manta Maria, it's tied up 1-1, Doldares versus Aromatic Ashes. This is the match that really matters here. You were right, but we do see an Aerospray and a Dynamo coming out from Aromatic. We have some...
Oh, they don't have much speed power.
They don't. Well, Clapples will have the... Not but the Dapples will have enough stone power. But I don't know if it's enough. They're going to be battling armor right away, as they are going to give it that pick off K-Shot. And now 2 down on the Aromatic Ashes is they're just trying to pick that zone, keeping the first zone alive, which is what they need. And they are going to get that passive from that brush. So they will be supplied with armor again shortly, as now it's a fight to take Aromatic Ashes zone. But they're just not letting them. As we do see the Dapples going down, the Blue Bomb and the Ink Armor is getting caught. And now this is the chance for Aromatic Ashes to take the zone, as now the Rickroll's in! You do see that Rickroll, but now it looks like Aromatic Ashes also have an easy chance to take the lead here. But can they get... No, they lose control of the zone, and that's not 1 down. But they are still getting the lead, which is what they need. They have the Blue Bomb ready. And there it is, there's that Blue Bomb getting popped. And now they just have to keep that zone, as the splash is going to be going down to the Dynamo. We do see the missiles trying their hardest. We do see the Jet getting popped. We do get the armor and the Booyah Bomb getting popped. All the switches are getting popped on the field. The Aromatic Ashes still keeping the zone. As now it's a 2v2 as Splash gets jumped by the Aerospray. And the Aerospray...
Slayer.
Would you see the Slasher getting picked off the Aerospray, and now Doldares has that zone. But they could lose it fast here, as they're just trying to paint for it. They're trying to get that penalty down. But the Dynamo is just not letting them. We do see someone on the grates. The Dapple's coming out of nowhere. They're going to be popping missiles for Doldares. And now it's anyone's game. It's just a fight for the zones. They do pop the armor with the Slush on the grid, trying to get a pick off. There's the armor and the Blue Bomb from the Aromatic. And Aromatic taking zone again. That's this rush coming out of nowhere. Right up the Doldares. Did he just... Oh, I thought he ripped with him. As the rush is going to get a pick off of the Slosh. And now Aromatic is able to get a good lead. As the Zaps could be jumping in, but immediately getting taken out. They pop in the Blue Bomb. They have armor at the ready when they need it. And now it's just a fight for Doldares to take back the zone, as we do see the missiles getting popped. You see the Blue Bomb, the armor getting popped. We do see a Jet, which might get popped in a second. But now they're pushing under 30 remaining for Aromatic. This is not looking good for Doldares. There's now 3 down on the side of Doldares. They had 10 seconds pushing. They're going to be popping that Jet. They're just trying to cap that zone. They do cap the zone. But I don't know if it's enough. They're trying to cap the other zone, but it's just not working. They're 2 down on the side of Doldares. And it looks like they just can't cap the zone. Let's see, that's oh! And then Dapples! Oh! Oh my god! Holy! That T-Tech single-handedly just saved the game for Doldares. What did I just watch?
You can't really predict anything in this game.
Cannot. You can't predict anything, especially in a free agent tournament. We do see that Dynamo is trying to fight for its life, but they just can't get anything off them. But now Doldares, they might have a chance to have 3 down on the side of Doldares, and now 3 down, and now Aromatic Ashes taking the zone again, and now they just have 50 seconds. And then they'll win the game as 1 minute remains. So there's really needs to think about pushing out. They do have the missiles and they do have the armor ready. Booyah Bomb throwing them out, not letting that Structure get close. As we see that Structure coming down. Can they get a pick? But no. We do see the Burst Bomb from the Aerospray taking them out. 46 remain as we have a plus 27 penalty for Aromatic, and the Jet fighting for its life right now. We do see the Zap getting taken out, as we do see the Blue Bomb getting popped. Doldares does take the zone though, and now, but right back to Aromatic, as now the Slush is just fighting for its life right now. The Aerosmith
Oh,
unable
they
to
got
take
it.
oh, with 10 seconds remaining. 3 down on
Up on their side.
It is time for overtime. And this could be Dolder's chance to take it as a 2 down on the side of Aromatic. 1 down on the side of... They really should just wait until the Jets come out. They're already gonna be popping the armor, they're popping the Bee Bomb. They just need to catch that first zone, and they're gonna be able to push in as 1 down on the side of Aromatic, and throwing everything they can. 2 down on the side of Aromatic. I don't know if they can do this, but now Rush is gonna be down, getting picked off. And this could be Dolder's chance. As the Bee Bomb's gonna pop, but it's gonna be getting... It's getting camped, but no! The Aerosmith is gonna be winning the fight. And now they catch the zone. And can he get the pick off the splash? He does! He gets a pick off the splash! 2 down on the side of Dolder's. And it's coming the chance they take it back! Oh my god, that was a roller coaster of emotions.
We thought that that thing was about to kill the the Booyah Bomb.
Oh my goodness. The arrows selected. The arrows split still air to win the match.
RNG on the Aerospray doing them real good.
And I had maybe like 5 voice cracks that game, Jesus. But Aromatic Ashes winning 2-1 over Dull Dares.
Yes. All three were very close matches.
Which is what we like to see and we love to commentate. Over Aromatic Ashes really had those very unique comps, but ended up working in their favor. As the Aerospray just went off, killing everybody in its path. And unfortunately, Dull Dares is going to be losing 1-2 against them. And we have round 2, which will be starting very shortly, as we're waiting. Shush. Shush.
You know, we just saw an even game. I'm really expecting a 0-3 this game now.
It was simply a roller coaster of emotions for most of us, and most importantly, their players. They were probably freaking out during that overtime. But
they're probably shaking and yeah.
They're quaking in their boots. But Aromatic was able to take it back and win against Dull Dash. Dull Dares, not Dash. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Aerospray was nearly their second Slayer. Aerospray was supposed to be a support, but instead they became the Slayer.
And it honestly worked. Their T-Tech was very strong as they were able to delay Aromatic and push them into the overtime. But unfortunately, they were able to take the zone, and Aromatic again wins the set 2-1 as we are going to be waiting for round 2 shortly. But I just want to talk about the comps that Aromatic had. They pulled out double dualies, being, what was it, Dapples Nouveau and K-Gluga. And Dull had they had shooter-based comps with the Slosher, which works, but the unusual comps that Aromatic had, they were able to secure it, even though their comps weren't able to counter Dull, but it still worked in their favor somehow, and they were able to pull off the win, despite them having not too much pain.
I can see the Dapples just rolling around the Slosher while the Slosher tries to splat them.
The Dapples were able to be used as like a distraction as they were able to like take zone. And it just was too much for Dull Dares to handle, and they basically just got overwhelmed by the amount of pressure that Aromatic was putting on them. And you never play good under pressure.
Unless you're a top player, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, true. But I think even top players have pressure on them, especially in big tournaments, finals.
Yeah. Yep. Their dynamo was actually quite good last game.
Dynamo got a Rickroll, which I loved.
Yeah, that's the highlight of the game, yeah.
Highlight. We get some highlights. Oh my goodness. But
I wonder if I can talk about fruits again on stream.
fruits.
Yeah.
True.
The last time I commentated, I literally talked with the other commentator about which fruit is the best.
Apples.
No, mango.
Mango? Ew! What's mango?
Wait, at least I didn't say pineapple, yeah.
Mango's ill.
No, it's delicious. We just haven't tried it as much.
No, I mean, I've had like mango drinks, but it's like, I don't like it. It doesn't please me. I like apples. Like apple
What
juice.
about mango itself?
I've never had like an actual like mango. I've only had like drinks of them.
I
But
think I've never actually had. I mean, I have apple juice, but not actually like, like apple smoothies.
enough talking about fruits though. But round 2 will be starting. Will be starting shortly. I'm sorry. Round 2 will be starting shortly as we're just gonna be waiting for these teams to get into the private battles, and I need to move because my dog's barking in the background. I don't know what he's barking at. I think he's barking at thunder.
He's barking at you for picking the wrong fruit.
Welcome back to Off the Dial, Season 29. As Round 2 is starting, we do have the teams that are going to be here for today's round. We have Gigantic Gambling versus the Invincible Income. Thank you, whoever put these teams.
I love that they like clash with each other like perfectly.
They do, and that's what makes sometimes teams so fun to watch. Even just the straight up team names, like Gambling versus Income. On Gigantic Gambling, we do see Dr. Gamer, Andrix, Imara, and Demi versus Invincible Income, which is Stealth, Chris, I believe. I'm sorry if I pronounced Chorus, Luna, and Cavalry, I believe that's how you pronounce that. I'm bad with pronunciations.
I think I know at least one person from both teams, so actually my support teammate from my old team is actually on Invincible Income, so that's gonna be interesting.
We do see we do see Muscle Fork Fitness, Clamblitz, Sturgeon Shipyard, Tire Control, and Anchovy Rainmaker. So we don't see any zones for this up, but we do see Clamblitz. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm expecting Gigantic Gambling to gamble their fights.
Alright, Pun Master.
I'm gonna use jokes throughout the match, okay?
I'm gonna be like saying some random shit, and then you're just gonna be coming here saying puns about gambling fights.
Gambling, and then it looks like example, like Invincible Income looks like they raised their income on their fight. Well, yep. Yep.
Anyways, moving on to game one, Clamblitz, Muscle Forge Fitness. Let's see what comps we have. We do see a Remix and a Forge Pro. A cape. Okay. Interesting. We do see armors on both sides, which is always good. We do see a C-Jet coming out, which just isn't very... You don't really see that often in Clamblitz. That's gonna be interesting to watch. And we also see a Forge Pro, which is the best squeezer alternative. We do see the armor on Gigantic Gambling already ready to be deployed. As we do see Forge Pro going down. We do see the armor coming out after the pick onto the jet. And now, this Junior's just trying to bomb him as much as possible. Can he get it? He can't get the pick though. And we do see Stealth rushing in. They throw the clam, but it doesn't go in. But Luna comes in, throws it in, and it does work. And now 2 down on the side of Invincible Income, and this is their chance to push.
Oh, they seem to go for a score since like only one of them is there. So Invincible Income gains income on their clams, right?
Oh my god. We just see another 10 clamp coming in, and they're gonna be throwing them all in. What can we see? Gigantic Gambling. Gambling really just has to push in. Throw their bombs as we do see one. Someone's on the left.
On the left.
Someone's on the left.
Oh, they also get one coming. It looks like they're gonna try to push even more, but unfortunately it loses for them.
Does close, but they're able to push down all the way to 35, and Gambling just hasn't had a good chance to push in. But they do have 2 specials at the ready to be deployed, and that might be what they need to take back control. We do see the bubbles getting pop from the Force Pro. We do see the miss getting pop from the Income.
Let's see if the bubbles
are big. The bubbles are big, but they do get the jump though.
Oh,
as we're talking about.
Looks like they're gonna gain income again.
Oh my god!
They got wiped immediately.
Yeah, Stealth just unfortunately can't jump out, and now all the way down to 11 remaining. Gambling has to take map control here, and they just gotta be careful gambling their fights because that might be.
So
We do see now 2 down on the side of... Yo.
When are they gonna gamble the score now?
We see now 1 down on the
someone's flanking on their... Yeah, I think you can see someone on their base. Yep.
They do
It's like
flank
they're
off.
trying to gamble. They pop bubbles and booyah. Oh. Seems like they can't get the push in. Yep, all down now.
A wipe on the side of gambling now. Income's gonna be able to get mid control, which is really what they need as humans remain to try to get going down there. And now all it takes is them taking map, and they just have to push them out as much as possible. As we do see self dumping.
Like 2 on the map.
But they do have claims to push in. They can get a chance to push, as it looks like Forge was about to get their special. They do have the special. They pop the armor.
Oh.
And of course, the Forge Pro going down. As we do see the Jet backing up, trying to support his teammates that are near the near their basket defending it. As Gambling is getting pushed out.
It's like their gamble isn't working.
They gambled it wrong. As we do see the pick from the bomb though. Now the Jets is down on this thing.
It's like they ignored the person on the right. I think.
Really did, as now the blue bomb's getting popped. The bubbles are... Well, the bubbles are gonna get popped there. As they throw right at the basket, but doesn't really do much, as we do see the Rooney's getting taken out from the Tri-Slosher. As now with 40 seconds remain. Another pick for the Tri.
They got Tri gets down. Looks like they're gonna try to push.
Oh wait, no, that's... Oh. That was their own basket. Damn it.
I thought it was gonna be.
No, I thought it was. As 20 seconds remain, and now 1 down on the side of Income. All it takes now is... Gambling has to push in. Gambling has to push in here. It's all over. 10 seconds remain. As we almost have overtime. We do see the... Oh! We do see the bomb from Luna taking out.
I think there's someone trying to flank Income right now, but look, it looks like Income's gonna score right now in the game.
No, they're not.
My God!
Wait, but they do get the scoring, and that's gonna be game for Income.
It would be funny if they died right there.
They died and then won and then lost over overtime. That would have been sad.
Sad and funny at the same time.
But Income was able to take first game.
Looks like gigantic gambling. Their gamble didn't work, right? And then Invincible Income really was invincible. Right?
But
Invincible Income.
Income was really just able to get those smart plays, which really brought the Income in and let them win that match. But the Team Gambling just really gambled their fights too. They didn't gamble them well, and they ended up losing a bunch of their fights, which is what allowed Income maybe to get those good push and take.
Just like
the game.
If you don't gamble well, you lose.
There's so many puns going on. So many puns, and I hate it. But we will
more
be
next game.
No, do not.
Yeah. Tower control. I'm expecting try from them again because it's just crucial. But to counter try, you need like mid-range weapons, which I think the other team will, Gigantic Gambling will try to take in. I know myself since I'm a try player.
Ill.
I switched to machine, okay, recently.
At least you're not a stick try. At least you're not a stick try. I'm not trying to call anyone out there.
Look, Cryo has won games before, okay? Incredible at winning games.
But here we are, moving on. Tower control, Sturgeon Shipyard, income in the green, and gambling in the blue. Match is now starting. We do see the double armor, I believe, getting put out by what's that? Gambling. The double armor. That's gonna be interesting.
Invincible income doesn't go for a try, so their midline comp from gambling doesn't really work now. I think Invincible income also has like midline weapons. Looks like Azam's gonna win the fight.
Already gambling down 2 as stuff moving and getting
God.
more picks, and now that's a wipe. And income pushing right into their base.
Looks like their income is too big for the gambling. That's what day trading pro gets.
Pushing right in, they do have the Stinger at the right. Gambling just needs some good picks in, and they do pick off the jet, and they are able to push in there, not too down on the side of income, as we do see one dropping out, and they are able to save their special. But now Gambling's gonna get a chance to just turf up.
I just realized you guys are gambling as a KH3.
Oh, we do see the pick from Demi. We do see 2 picks from Demi. Oh my god. As now 2 down on the side of gambling, and it's gonna be no, decided on income, and now gambling is gonna be able to push on as we do see that. Oh, just I'm pushing right in, but unfortunately it's not gonna be able to get any picks off. Now 2 down on the side of gambling, and this could be Income's chance to push back in.
What's the Delphi really is a gambler, yeah. So we could fight there again.
Did you see that? Oh, just pump and the pick off itself as they're pushing right in, and they get another pick before being taken out. And they are in. Income is gonna be able to get another chance to push right back in. Maybe get some extra points, but no, that's not. 1 down on the side. Demi take him out. Did you see the armor getting popped? Unfortunately, Income's push just gets cancelled off by gambling.
I just noticed that most weapons from Gigantic Gambling are based on RNG.
Yeah. Oh no.
The RNG really well.
But we do see, but even if the RNG isn't their favorite, Income is able to push back in.
Those get back quickly.
Hopefully, they've been gambling.
They've been gambling well so far.
Oh, will the gambling...
I see the chat on the left side.
We do see that we're getting popped
right.
there. Let's see, can they get any picks? It doesn't look like the race gonna get any picks, and they are gonna be popping armor as the jet. Could be moving down here. They are, yeah, they do move down there, but gambling, they're gonna be at a point. They're gonna get a few points off, but it's just not gonna help us down 1 down on the side of gambling. This might just end off their push, as now Income's pushing right back in and taking map control.
This color green.
Everything is colored green for income, like money's green. They're getting money.
Yeah, and then gigantic gambling is blue because they're losing money.
Because they're crying. But now with a minute remaining, the jet getting taken out. Actually, no, the jet didn't get taken out. I'm sorry, but the K Pro. They're able to get 2 picks and now 50 seconds of income pushing down to checkpoint 3, as now we do see 2 specials ready for income. We do see that jet. We do see the ray and the missiles. They have them, but I haven't used them just yet, as we can see. They're now 2 down on the side of gambling, and they're pushing right back in with 30 seconds remaining. The bomb taking them out by the junior. And now 2 versus 2, as they are able to get 3 points onto the tower. We do get thrown off though with 26 remaining. They push again though. They're just trying to get as many points as possible before being taken out. Now 1 down on both sides. They're gonna be taking that tower back. Income struggling to keep it together. Well, now it's 2v2. All Gambling has to do is jump on the tower. But no, Income's not gonna let them in. It looks like that's gonna be game.
Yeah. That green symbol really working for them.
Alrighty. Very interesting match in Income. They really just had better and stronger pushes, and unfortunately, Gambling couldn't gamble their matches. But they still have one chance to get a little bit up their score, as we do have one more map and mode combination. Rainmaker and Truly Games is going to be next, but now it's 2-0 in Income's favor. Can we see a possible 3-0? Maybe. Can Gambling get at least take a game off of them? Yes. We do see it. I do see it. It can be anyone's. Well, it's not really anyone's game anymore, as Income basically wins the set. But if Gambling is able to get a match taken off of them, that will be good for their score.
Yeah, imagine I can see them gambling for a full insta-pop comp. I mean, double Rouge 7 sounds tasty.
Natsu? I don't think your mic's working. Wait, where's that me?
Is it? Is
No,
it
I think
just you? Okay.
Natsu?
Wait. Discord
wait,
says I'm
hold on.
talking. What?
Wait, is it my audio?
I think. Are you listening to the Discord thing or the stream?
It is my audio. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
Okay. If you're still on stream, you can subscribe to the channel now, since this channel is now affiliated with Twitch. So yeah, use your Twitch primes on the channel for those juicy emotes. Oh, it looks like the game's gonna start without my weapon partner. Hello chat. Oh yes, they still have an L3, but they bring out an E-liter on their team and gigantic gambling. Looks like Invincible Income still has quite a lot of power. Oh yep, they get the Insta-block. Like their mob's gonna go down. Well, someone's going to push through their fan. Invincible Income pops their armor, takes out 3 of them in gigantic gambling. Well, the Rainmaker started push, they somehow could survive that stab there. Looks like they're trying to KO now. Oh, but they're eating about the Rainmaker. Looks like, oh, they got it's a pop again. Looks like they tried to push in. Oh, will they get the, oh, they got a KO immediately. Alright. That's okay. I think my commentator's PC crashed because they picked apple and not mango.
Did they really just KO them while I was restarting my computer?
Yes.
That just happened?
Yes.
Is this real? This is the mango curse. This is the mango curse.
I just said that if you picked apple and then it crashed you, so mango wins.
Like my mouse is freaking out, and I'm like, what? Why is it doing that? And then I couldn't hear you, and then like my audio was just freaking out on me. so I had to restart. I don't know what just happened. What did happen?
The Invisible incomes insta-pop the Rainmaker, then pushed in very hard, so Gigantic Gambling had like nothing. Eliter got the Rainmaker, but that barely stopped the push. So they just popped it again and then KO'd.
Some amazing matches we just watched. As you're gonna be waiting for round 3 shortly.
You mean the first
but-
two? Imagine making the third match.
Installation. Let's play. Retro flavor.
welcome back to Off the Dial, the free agent tournament for all skill levels. We're back here with Natsu commentating round 3, which will be Flagrant Fires versus Hollow Help.
Isn't it's dangerous to go alone season 29 and not Off the Dial?
Welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Season 29, the free agent tournament for all skill levels. I'm with Natsu, commentating round 3 of groups. We have Flagrant Fires versus Hollow Help.
Looks like I know a grand total of, what, 3 players?
So the total's gone up.
Actually 4. They're all quite good actually, yeah.
Mako Zones, Humpback, Clam, and Anchovy Tower Control. It's gonna be an interesting.
I love all of these maps.
I love all of them except for the Humpback. I hate Humpback.
Humpback like this is just something.
I
you know?
despise it.
No, it's just amazing because it's amazing for my weapons, which are like Zap, Tri-Slosher, Machine. No, it's amazing. If you have a free Twitch Prime, you can use it on the channel to get emotes on the, so you can use emotes in chat.
It is true. Off the Dial does have Twitch Prime, so you should use your Twitch Prime and get some emails so you can also use in their Discord server. Anyways, we do see the V-dualies coming up from Flagrant Fires. I love to see any dualies being played. But already we do see Hollow Help is going to be taking the zone. This was getting popped from the dualies as they're pushing right onto the zone. Just trying to take it. We do see that Charger just trying to get a pick off where they can. As now the duels do come in, they are going to get picked off, unfortunately, by that Charger.
So we take Zone, starting over on the right side.
You see the missiles coming, just trying to get Hollow out of the way. But now we do see that try down on the side of Hollow, as they're going to be responding now. As we do see Flagrant is going to be taking the zone there. As we do see the Charger getting pushed right by that dualies. As they're going to be moving out of the way. As now the try's going to be down 2 down on the side of Flagrant. As they're going to be moving in, and they do.
They noticed they're 3 down right now when the dualies still tried to push in.
They still try to push in. They ended up trading with that brush. As they're just trying to throw bombs, do whatever they can, as the P-Tech rushing right up into the fight. Trying to get any picks that they can, as we do see the Jet getting caught. We do see the Jet ready. We could see an armor Jet here from Flagrant.
Probably waiting for it.
Just looking for that right moment to push, and once they get a good pick. And there it is, the Charger's down, but the dualies are also down, but we are going to be taking.
I think the dualies are too aggressive. They're not. If I remember correctly, dualies has a low special thing.
So you see the bomb from the Slash taking out one of them, and now this is Flagrant's chance, and they might even get lead off of this one push as their Charger is still down. But they do have burst bomb.
You really don't want to fight the Slosher near a ledge because they have such an advantage.
But we do see the push all the way down to 37. They do, but Hollow is going to be taking that zone. They got 44 penalty on Flagrant as it's going to be taken out by the T-Tech. Can they get that pick off this try though? They unfortunately can, and they're just going to back up now. Try to stand zone, play for objective. You don't really need to push in right now, as they do have a penalty, as they are going to pick off that try. A very sneaky spot right there, as the missile's getting popped from the dualies, as we do see the dualies unfortunately going down there. So the penalty's out. The missiles and the armor are getting caught for Hollow. They just gotta
They
move.
did a few seconds for lead. Oh, they took lead.
They did get a 2-point lead there. And now Hollow needs to just paint up. Hollow just needs to paint up and just take control over what's necessary. As you do see the duels moving right in, unfortunately getting taken out. As now they are going to be going to be losing control over zone. And we do see now 2 down on the side of Hollow Help, and that's now 3 down.
3 down.
And
Treasure will be left up. I think over ledge is bad. It's like they try to push it in. I think they try to take a pick off on ledge. They pop trap for some time. Trying to get him. Soda tries to assist. Oh, okay. This trade. Oh, everyone wiped on fire.
it's a wipe for Fires. As now this is Hollow's chance to take it back. It's not not on some Flagrant again. With 40 seconds remaining. And they take it back as their penalty's about to go out. Humus is making sure they don't get near that zone at all. And there it goes. And it looks like they will be taking the lead here. As Ink Armor and Storm are getting popped. With 30 seconds remaining. Fires has to push in now. Or it's gonna be over. It's now 2 down on the side of Fires. They do lose control of his zone though. But is it enough? Is that gonna be taken out there? And that's another big the splash. And then Humo getting the double, almost triple, saving that game for Hollow. They're gonna be taking game 1.
Damn. That was so close. The humor really saved them in the end.
Humo was able to get that double. Humo was able to get that double at the end, which is really what helped them secure that match, and Hollow was able to KO to finish it off. And now, Hollow...
They kind of just jumped into him, you know?
He did jump in. But as we're going to be moving into our second match shortly, Clamblitz Humpback, what do you think Natsu Fires can really do to guarantee their win now at this match?
Fry and then offensive weapons. Because it's very useful here, especially like you either go with a slosher or a roller here, and then some kind of backline. Well, preferably a long backline like Liter, Hydra, or Dynamo. We're just kind of waiting for them to pick their comps. I guess I'm just gonna wait and talk about fruits.
No.
Why?
Instead of talking about fruits, remember again, It's Dangerous to Go Alone is a free agent tournament for all skill levels, with all skill levels, which means anyone can join in. People watching the stream, you can join too. But with that out of the way, we're gonna be moving in.
So
game number 2
right now.
We're gonna be moving into game 2. Clamblitz Humpback Pump Track. See a Luna Blast coming up from Fires. It's gonna be interesting. We do see a pressure coming up from Hollow, which might be very good for them.
I'll try. They have a Kegel though.
That might be good, as we already see the missiles getting charged up by Hollow, and they kind of put them at any time, just trying to get them off as much as they can. They are going to be missile and blue, just trying to stay still, throwing the bombs at mid, just trying to give their teammates more room to lose. As now we do see 2 down on the brush getting taken out. And now with that, we switch up there. we do see, unfortunately, I think it was a volley that didn't really work there, but we do see them. Hollow was able to pull in that super clam, and they already begin an easy lead. But now, Iron,
looking at.
Luna was able to get a pick off, as the brush is still there.
You forgot about the brush. Oh,
They do have pity ready, but he throws the pity. But unfortunately, it's just not enough. It's not enough. Can they grab it? We gotta get it. He take it out.
no. Yep. Go. I think they tried to pass it to a teammate for a faster. I don't think that their teammates got what they wanted.
They didn't really get the memo, as we do see the dualies getting taken out. Now, we do see Cream with that brush.
Oh, it's a firm brush. Oh, it's gonna be fast armor.
We do see armor. But third is pretty interesting for Russia, as we do see Blue getting off to take out. It's one of them is pushing right in, getting Blue, pushing right in.
They still got the score.
They do get another score. They're just like tipping their score, just trying to really. Oh wait, no, the push hasn't ended yet. The push has not ended yet.
Already.
They're able to push down to 7.
That's
And
brutal.
now they just have to push back in and just pick them off, as we do see
Oh no. 3 down.
the roller fighting for its life, trying to get out of there. As now,
Oh. 9. Popping missiles.
they do have 9
Looks
tons,
like-
they pop the missiles, and they're just getting
Looks like they pop or Picket Fires has popped armor to teammate now. Looks like
they are
Yeah.
popping the armor though,
I
and
think they're
now
doing some work.
could this be Flagrant's chance to really just push them? They do have map control they need, and they're going to be pushing. The Dualies going right into the fight. They do get the clam off, and they
What? No one punished him.
throw down.
God. No one's interested. Oh, that flags are just going into them.
Get the clam.
So
Can
you
they
get
take
another
lead though?
clam. Oh,
Can they take
oh,
lead?
Oh,
No,
No.
it's a 5-point difference, and unfortunately, Fires was not able to lead.
unless.
Unless no.
Oh. They needed 2
Now they're
clams
like
for it
30
anyway,
minutes.
so. Oh, I think they're gonna try to push in the counter push.
That's really just time. Hollow, since now the game's very close now with a minute remaining, Hollow needs to play heavy defense, as we do see the pick off the Dualies.
Picket Fires have 3 specials though.
They do have 3 specials ready. They're popping the armor, they're popping the jet though. They can't get another push in. Maybe they can get another pick off. As we do see the baller coming in, the baller exploding, canceling their push completely. But they do throw it in. They have another clam, but unfortunately they can't get the clam off.
I think if this was strategic, they let them throw clams so they can get pity clam to push in later.
But they now have a pity clam at their disposal, and this could be it. The pity clam might just secure the game for them.
Still 1 down though. They shouldn't now. Oh, Lings up.
Oh, the rollers! Rollers! Roller, was that a triple or a double?
It was a double. He missed the 3rd. Oh, it's so total massacre right now.
See, he does score in the basket.
I think
and
that's game. Yep.
That is game for Hollow.
Lings was going insane there. Oh, yeah. Are we running predictions right now or not?
We are running predictions, I believe.
God.
But now,
The believers.
this set in Hollow's favor, now that it's 2-0, we could see a possible 3-0 from Hollow, as our next match is gonna be Tower Control Anchovy Games. What do you think about this map mode?
Slosher. Literally, just I think of Slosher because Slosher in long range actually because first it's tower control and the ledges on what's this anchovy is too big. We only just Slosher, so you need some kind of backline and some Slayer along with it. Oh yeah, it's tower control. Probably a Stingray from their backline. And then
Stingray is very solid for this map.
yeah. By the way, we have emotes now. If you Twitch subscribe to the channel or use a Twitch Prime on it. So you can spam that in chat, flex on who's not watching. Imagine I'm just saying all of this and no one the total viewers are just 2.
No one just subscribes, damn. But hey, you do get the flex with some emotes you can use both in the Twitch chat and in the Off the Dial Discord server.
Yeah.
But now heading in to game 3 of round 3, Tower Control Anchovy Games.
Oh, we see a machine.
Don't mind that voice crack. But we do see that V/machine coming out from Fires.
Interesting, no backlines. Double knots though. Are not on both teams. I mean,
Double knot. That would work.
but no, we lost. No, I've lost too many league games because someone ran double knots.
We do see the knot. We do see the knot. Speaking of knots getting picked off for Hollow. As now, this could be Flagrant's chance to push in. But the roller unable to get a pick though, so Dooley's gonna be going down on Fires. And now the Dooley's down.
Fires has 3 specials now. Maybe they're gonna try to push. Yep. There goes eject.
You do see Fumo using that wall.
Oh. That missiles though.
And survive though.
Almost.
They survived down, one down on both sides now. As we do see that jump gonna be connected by Fumo. And now
They didn't see the knot on their back.
the knot? Wait,
No? Yeah, I saw a knot behind them, and then he just completely ignored it.
it's
I
a
guess the
slash
knot
mission.
didn't punish.
Or they're gonna get teamed up on aim. Hollow is
Yeah,
gonna be able to push in there past the first checkpoint. They're popping the bomb and the misses, trying to get them out.
There goes wheel bomb. There goes armor as well. Photon's gonna try to retake. Doesn't seem to succeed for now, since they're 2 down. Oh, they're popping the special. Oh, that's brutal. Wait, 2 on the right side. Let's see if the one on tower sees that.
Down past 30. Another
no. Getting
But now
punched by the knot.
both sides are gonna be popping the armor for Flagrant.
Good call, jumping back. Oh, no,
They could just keep the tower here, maybe like keep it here for another like 10 seconds. Just try to delay them as much as possible for getting the push in.
they have to win the fights for that. Oh, they're popping. Fire's popping specials now. Let's see if they can get dualies. Oh, trade. Nice, but unfortunate. Fires has 2 specials now. Just waiting for the duels to get shot out. There goes the jump. 6 almost on fan when they're watching it. They're gonna try to push up now. Oh, trade on the right side. Of course the knot's trade.
The knot's trading. And now one down on the side of Flagrant. They're gonna be responding now. But again, Hollow's just pushing in.
Oh, is Cream gonna try to flank him?
Cream.
Oh, I think they
Can't do it. Unfortunately. But then they might get a big make up for it.
Oh, they have two now? You try to get machine now? Oh, no. Armor's over. Copyright. There we go. Let's
Now,
go. Oh, 3 down on fires.
3 down on the set of fires, and now this is their chance to push in. They're gonna be getting the pick off, but not there. And now they're gonna be pushing in there. As they're gonna be responding, they're popping the bomb, they're popping the missiles, they're popping everything they got.
They left the team chance, but their own tower. They probably can take that, yep. Armor
Just
2.
popping everything they can. Can they get more? They do get more picks off.
Oh.
As now.
Oh, only machine left.
Just machine, they are gonna get
oh.
the pick. But now they're dead. With a minute remaining, they're gonna be pushing past. Can they get past that? What their answers? They're gonna be going down. They're gonna be getting past that checkpoint. And it looks like that's the KO. The KO to win the match.
Oh, they won already, but yeah. I mean, this set they won.
It worked out in
Uh,
favor.
Oh, that machine has Stingray. I didn't see that.
I didn't even see a Stingray. Did I see a Stingray that much? No, I didn't.
I didn't notice one too.
But that is going to be round 3, going Hollow Help winning 3-0 over Fires. I do want to know, I have been seeing very interesting comps on both sides. I've seen Dapples, I've seen double dualies, I've seen V dualies now, I've seen brushes. There's a lot of weapons that don't normally get used in competitive Splatoon now, but are used in these free tournaments because honestly, they're just pickups, but they might even just be worth making into a team, as some of these players might even make their own team with the players that they play with today. That's honestly very nice to see.
I think they're using like non-meta weapons since, you know, everyone is a pickup, you know, like not everyone knows each other, so the synergy doesn't go as well as an actual team, right? So you can probably pick up like, let's say like a Clapos on like some, Albacore Rainmaker, and still probably win because you could probably have like better synergy on your or chemistry in your team than the other, even though the other team's playing meta weapons.
It's true. As we're going to be taking a little break before round 4, but I do want to say before we do so, remember, Off the Dials channel has just reached affiliate, which means you can use your Twitch Prime sub and get some free emotes that you can also use in their Discord server. And of course, you do want to flex on other people with some emotes. I think people like the flex emote.
Just like how you flex your X rank to your 2 people.
True.
I guess we'll be right
that-
back for yeah. You do it, okay?
But again, we'll be back for round 4 shortly. welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 29, and it's time for the last round of groups, as we do have, what is it, we do have the teams up, Gigantic Gambling versus Combative Q's. I mean, interesting to watch, as we have seen Gambling, we saw Gambling 2 sets ago against Income, but they're up now against Combative Q. So, Natsu, what do you think? You think Gambling has a chance here, or?
We haven't seen combative cues yet, so I don't really know, but I think they're gonna be even. Just predicting it, though.
Currently, they're both set as the number 8th and 9th places. So it's gonna be interesting to see these.
It's gonna be
teams
even
take on.
then.
It's gonna be pretty much even, as these guys are run head to head in spots. But we will be starting shortly. We do have Snapper, Canal Rainmaker, Inkbot Zones, Aromatic, Clan Blitz for this playoff 3 set. I do see some interesting Snapper Canal, Snapper Rainmaker. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this, especially since whoever gets the pop doesn't really matter. Like, the pop doesn't really matter on this, so it's just gonna be
And also
interesting
the
to
way
see.
matters way more where you take the Rainmaker.
It's-
Because
yeah, there's-
you know, through mid, it's way faster points, but also you're literally just diving into team spawn. While through left, it's way slower, and you might be prone to a backline in the other team.
It'll be very interesting, as we're already heading at Rainmaker. Snapper can now Gambling in the green, Q's in the orange. You see a Clash Blaster coming from Q's, which is very interesting. Forge Pro coming out from Gambling, as they're both going to be hitting off Rainmaker, and it looks like Gambling is going to be getting that pop there, but again, doesn't really matter in this head of the map, as we do see.
2 down already on combative Q's. 3 down.
3 down.
They're gonna take it yet.
As we do see the Junior going to be grabbing the Rainmaker, and they're already going to be heading up Gambling.
Oh my god.
Getting right up, getting to 46 before getting taken out by the roller, and the roller getting taken out. That's out 3 down on the side of Q's. And now Gambling is going to be.
There's a couple of books now. Oh, that's very big.
Some very big troubles, but they're instantly going to be taken out. 1 down, and they're pushed down to 41. As now,
They calm down.
as now we just see the remix. Remix going down to Zad. As
Oh,
you
they're
do see the
pushing,
armor.
but they have no Rainmaker. Oh, Zap tried to push her. Okay. No, just run.
The Junior does have their armor ready for Gambling, as we do see them popping it right before. No, they didn't. Did they get the pop off? They did get the pop off, but that's good for them. But now, Zyler is going to be able to pick off while getting picked up by Demi. And Demi, you're going to pick off the Clash, and now it's starting it. You just can't get a good angle off of it. Oh my god, he's rushing it. He's rushing it.
They have Rainmaker up. They're going to push.
They popped the armor, picked up it.
Oh, you need to do it again. Let's see if we get it up. Oh, Rainmaker goes down, faded 1. Yeah, Gambling is 2 down right now. Fuse pops bubbles. Let's see if they get one of that. No. Let's see. Oh, Fuse pops this house as well. Probably gonna push now. The remix has Booyah. Backing to right. Let's see. The punish to the.
And now this could be their chances are 2 down on the side of Q's. But now we do see the last two members of Q popping it, they're popping as they're wait, all they do push it without it's just not enough.
They took the risky back. Oh, two down, two side again. I see bubbles. Take it. No. Three down as well. Oh.
Dangeorus with the double. They're able to paint up their streak now. As we can see, the Rainmaker might be pushing, or they're just gonna stay in mid, trying to shoot them off, keeping them back, delaying whatever push they can. So Clashbuster running down, they're getting the pick, but getting rolled over by the baller. The jump, getting killed by the baller now. And now 2 down on the side of Q's. And this could be
trying to build up special first.
This could be a chance for them to push him, but they're respawning. The remix could be going down for gambling. As we do see the bubbles getting popped. And can we see a pick? Oh, no. Oh wait. There's someone behind the roller. He doesn't notice it though.
He does, but I think he just missed a lot. Oh, there we go. Oh. Who gets popped with this one? Don't know. Roller's gonna try to fight someone on the left side. So he gets out of range a lot. I'm gonna try pop bubbles now. Yeah.
Popping them bubbles pushing right in. They do get the pick.
Wait, the Rainmaker didn't go to Roller though.
The Rainmaker they completely switched and Demi's just soloing them.
That's what battles have dropped to you, man. Just sweet team sometimes. They somehow took it from left and not through mid where the roller was popping up. Oh, 3 down on the inside.
We do see the Reaper Q.
That's
Yeah, we do see the KO. No, we don't. That's that one.
Yo,
That means he's trying to fight off the pop.
Oh.
They get killed again. They're not letting it go. They're not letting it.
They have to take it through. They can't miss it. No, they have to take it through. Overtime. Let's see if they can. Let's see if Gambling can gamble their way to KOing their opponents. Oh, this looks like two on their left.
The bubbles can the bubbles take them out though. They're backing up.
Worry about the timer. They don't have much time.
All Q's really need to do is hold them back. Because now they're gonna be pushing up into their street now. 2 down on the side of Q's. They're trying their hardest to push in.
In a few seconds. They can't really do much. Yep.
Unfortunately, they don't have the space to push in. While they're beginning to pick off the Rainmaker. That's gonna be a game for Q's.
Surprised they even stopped the KO. Ooh, they have a B plus on their side.
Demi with the 22 kills. But the first match going to Q's now, and Inkbot Art Academy Zones will be next. What do you think? What do you think we're gonna see from Gambling or Q's comp?
I think more of the same thing, but just like I guess adjusted for splat zones. I think we're still gonna see remix and bubbles. Probably still K roller. Probably just the same comp actually. It could work. Since like if I remember correctly, they have Baller, Booyah, Baller, Stingray. I forgot the rest. Let's just see the next game, okay?
Let's see. Let's not think. Just let's see what goes on in the next match. We will be starting.
Stop thinking.
We will be starting very soon though, as teams are going to be setting up their comms. And let's just see what we see. Let's not think about their comms. We're just gonna see what happens. We're watching it live here on the channel.
You can't really predict comps when they have like crazy comps. Like what if we get tables again? Okay, what if we get grapples? We literally don't know what will happen. Maybe a Dynamo from one team. It'll be funny if we see double baller though.
Nice seeing it. Seeing some like unpredictable plays. I love seeing games that are unpredictable.
Yeah.
But here we go.
What if we
Splatoon.
see? What if we see Aerospray? Okay. Oh, Yeeter. Oh, double backline. See, I said doubles. Oh, fucking explosion on the other side.
Double backline from Gambling. And would you see Flash Blaster from Fuse? Very interesting. Let's get the
Looks like
leads.
the juniors being aggressive. Oh,
Already the juniors pushing in there.
punished.
But they do get
traded.
a trade though. As the bomb launcher is gonna get popped by the Dabbles, which is trying to clear for zone as much as they can. And they are going to be able to get a pick off. And now they're able to move in. Yes, the speed Dabbles.
It's not played that often. I just, you know, it's usually Clapples or just another duty.
They are able to take this on very quickly though. And now back in Q's favor. They do get the pick off of Demi now. And they just have to make sure nobody flanks right, nobody flanks left. And they'll pretty much just win this game. All they have to do is throw bombs, that's all they have to do. They're gonna be armoring. But when they move in though, is the question. Down to 6 now.
Oh,
They tap it though, but the Dabble's getting taken up by the brush. You can see the brush
they
moving
got
that
their junior before they could pop their armor, unfortunately. Oh, Booyah Bomb comes out. Let's see. We'll try to get through them.
Brush is trying to get any that he can, that's fun. And they're just trying to push in as no, the try is gonna begin to pick off. That's down into the tens for Q's. And it looks like
it's gonna be a KO.
and see the KO for Q's.
I think the main problem there was they had double backline, so they can't really push in back into the zone. I think they had a liter and a remix with Dapples and what is that? Junior.
But now
Another
2-0. 2-0 in Q's favor as we're gonna be moving on to Claim Blitz now. Piranha Pit. This is gonna be really interesting to see what they bring out here. We could see rollers and the 4 Pro. See a lot of just a lot of bubbles. I love seeing bubbles, but you love seeing it, but you hate playing against it. It's one of those
It's
things.
very annoying. You just don't just don't play against bubbles. It's just like how you just don't pick apple against banana. No, apple against mango. You know.
God. Make another mango joke.
Mango superiority.
Piranha Clams, as we wait for the teams to set up with their comment, I will say these sets have been super unpredictable, and I love these watching sets that are super just like random. You don't know why they're going lead apples. You don't know why they're going double dualies. You don't know anything that's going on in the game. And I love to see it because it's so unpredictable. It makes it the commentating over.
Yeah, what if we just see a triple backline, okay? And then,
No.
and then just armor.
Not on clams. No triple backline on clams. Thank you very much.
Quad backline on clams is amazing. Yeah.
Alrighty, playable in front of Pit. Last match at end of groups with the game being in Q's favors, but you see a Luna from Demi in a clash last
K
man.
Junior. K Junior comes out from gambling.
We do see Bubble from the side of gambling and might even just work hard to get to the win. But now already the clash down on the side of Q's. And now
Oh, looks like they're gonna push already.
they're pushing already, but
Oh,
no,
oh,
three
oh.
down on the side.
On the conveyor, Rush probably trying to take care of him. Oh, they get the score.
Q's are able to push in very fast, and we do see one of them just trying to go back into Morkland, and the other one's just trying to defend. They do the Morkland spawn in though. As we have three, but they really just don't do any more. And we do see
the remake.
the remix just fall off the map. But it looks like this could be the end of the push. With another 3 down, they could be pushing again. As they are, they're going to be throwing in more plans. Down to 20, down to 7. Now 3 down on the side of Q's, and that's going to be ending the push.
That was the first
It's a
push.
minute into the match.
Insane, that was the first push as well. Only like 2 minutes in. Oh, they
The
triggered it.
hammer getting cancelled though.
Yeah, the Tiguri has bubbles up. You should be careful about that. The remix also has. Gambling remix also has Booyah Ball. It's like Zap's gonna take a pick. Do you remember what KHP has?
I believe it's the stand that is going right through the map now. Getting a pick in now. Can they
Let's
get
see
the
if they
off?
can get a push in here.
They could get a push in here.
They have 50. They have
The
50.
3 down on the side of Q. 1 down on the side of gambling.
Oh,
Had the
no one
friend
picked up the
trying to
50.
throw. They
Nice.
picked up the lead, which is not that good for them. Because we're just trying to find
Yeah,
clowns
no one.
to grab.
But it's finally ignore pity. Remix is just gonna try to ignore it. Try to defend their base now, or just chill in conveyor.
Now, 2 minutes 30 into the match as it's already half the match is over. A big point difference. 71 to 17. Hughes.
Basically just left.
Sure. Hughes was really able to get those good skip picks. They were able to push him very fast.
Let's see if he actually gets
The hammer is gonna get popped though.
Oh.
Pushing right in.
Looks like
They are gonna take
looks
him out.
like just gonna try to push it again. Oh, get a pick on the right. Oh, Fowler. Nice dodge. Oh,
They
yeah.
dodge and
They got
really
picked.
help.
They're gonna probably try to push now.
This could be the chances.
Yep.
Now they're jumping, they're popping. They do get 2 clamps in down to 45.
Nice, your clamp. Cool. They have no clamps though.
Don't have much clamps to follow up with. They have literally 0, and that's gonna end up push down to 45 for gambling. Minute 30 remains. And Zyler's riding down and useless. And now, this could be their chance to push back in and take over mid. But they really can't right now because of that brush. I mean, the Luna is just not letting them. As they're gonna be popping somewhere, they just need an opening, get map control, and get a pick off. Because the bubbles are. No, the bubbles did not get popped there. As the missiles and the armor go out. And now we do see the Luna getting the pick off of the Zap. And they're getting pushed back by the Flash Blaster, but it's not working. A minute remaining. Excuse is down 3. And this could be. Gambling chances are going to be throwing in the last one. And the baller just forcing him out. This could be lead. They do. They are taking lead.
I 1 point. Oh, there you go.
Like 7 points. They're already down on the side of gambling.
They have about 30 seconds to retaliate and push again. Let's see if they can do it.
They still have a chance to push in now.
They have armor now.
They're gonna be
Okay,
popping in right away. They need to get a pick.
Get a pick. They got a pick.
See now,
Get two.
no, it's a 2v2 though. But now,
2v2. Let's see if they can go. Oh, you got a pick.
they're not 3 down. It's
Only
just a
two.
remix. They just need a push in. They need a chance to push in. The Brain's gonna get pumped. They just need something to follow up with. They throw it in the first clan.
Who gets
Down
picked
to
out?
21 penalty with the flame, taking out the person with the super clan. And
The pity goes
and
down.
that's electric fuse, and that's gonna end the game.
That's GG. Oh, I'm glad it's not 3-0, you know?
2-1.
It made it more exciting.
Gambling, clutching the match up, but unfortunately still losing the set 2-1. But they were able to get that last game. Very unexpected to see.
Yeah, 15 and 14 picks on both Luna and H3.
But that is going to end. It's Dangerous to Go Season 29 Finals. I mean, finals,
What?
yeah, finals. Group.
Yeah, level finals.
round.
Yeah. It's
Final
groups though. It's groups.
But anyways, that's going to be ending off groups with round 4 with Combative Q's winning 2-1 over Gambling.
Don't forget to subscribe or use your Twitch Prime on the channel so you can spam emotes in chat whenever your favorite team wins.
Thank you, Natsu, for joining me on the mic. And where can they find you?
Probably just on Discord because I'm on there all the time. Though on stream, that's my Twitter hashtag. If you want to see my try clips.
Right. No, at least you're not a stick track. Anyways, you can find me at MatthewMega1231 or any other social media sites at MatthewMega123. It's been a great day commenting with you, Natsu. But we're gonna be signing off for now as Top Coat will be starting shortly. Bye.
Bye bye.
Installation. Let's play. Retro flavor. Game over.
Hello everyone and welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, number 29. We are here with Top Cut. I'm Cater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, I'm Cork, as Cater just said. We are going to be seeing the Aromatic Ashes versus the Invincible Income first. What did you characterize this match as, Cater?
Aromatic, although
Let's say
it would be
aromatic.
interesting. Yeah, it would be interesting if we had Arrow Ashes, but I don't think we do. Here, if you have Aromatic Ashes and Invincible Income, this just seems like one of those incense small businesses you see on Etsy or something like that.
It's not like a small business, it's one of those that has some shady deals with the mob,
Oh my
government
God.
stuff. That's
Also,
why
the
their
fact-
income's invincible. Yeah. They kept
The fact that Captain Ash was put on the Ashes is great. I know it was a coincidence when making the teams, but and Captain Ash I think is the captain, so it's a very, very fitting name. I mean, you love to see funky little coincidences like that. All right, let's take a look at our map list. We have heading into Top Cut here. We are going to be starting this off on Tower Control Starfish main stage. So, I mean, not one that you see all the time, but it's definitely there in comp map lists. It's not one of the ubiquitous ones that, somebody goes comp map list and you think of it. But it's there, you learn to play it, and really this is one of those that gets snowbally. After that, generally that second checkpoint, you really want to get past like that, just like a lot of tower control maps. Although it doesn't get as snowbally as, say, Ancho or a Sturgeon.
The second checkpoint's gonna be critical because the first checkpoint's pretty easy to break. You just get a couple picks, hop up onto your opponent's snipe. But getting through the second is incredibly difficult. Though once you've gotten through the second, you've got like Cater said, a major advantage, and you're probably up on your opponent's snipe. You can jump over to their upper battlement areas and really get control. So it's going to be really important for both these teams to just either defend their own second checkpoint and to control the opponent's second checkpoint. And we're starting right off, and we've got an interesting comp coming out from the Aromatic Ashes with Dapple Dualies, a Grim Range Blaster, and also Gluga Dualies, which
Gluga's
I'm a
not
little worried about how much paint they have, but I think they're going to have an enormous amount of chip damage to make up for it.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. You really don't see Glugas that often. That splatter shot and those dabbles are gonna have to work overtime to put down enough paint for both themselves as well as those Glugas in the blast. You can see a little bit of flank, I think, coming out here from the income. Dualies, they have that armor on there that's gonna run out. They're looking to see if they can get some picks here. They had that high ground gonna drop down. You can see they're almost at that ink storm as well. Right now with both, one down on both sides. We've got that single target on the missiles. We're just kind of waiting for something to happen. And there is what's happening right there. The income going 2 down, trying to take the tower, but very quickly giving it up with the Inkstorm. It looks like the Ash is going to take advantage of this surge ahead. They're looking for picks here. You can see, you see the Dapple's going to be trying to use their mist around this corner here, and hopefully they're able to find something going up onto this top ground. Meanwhile, like you said, this first checkpoint can generally fall with little to no resistance. Once you get those picks right there it is. That's 3 down on the side of the income. So right now the Ashes are in a good spot. They've got a lot of momentum behind them. They just need to keep it up through this second checkpoint, which is going to be critical now that they have these missiles coming out, which is really nice, as well as the rain to just scatter them. But here comes the ray from the Siege.
Yeah, and Aromatic Ash has done a good job rotating more left, because at first they were starting to set up a little too far right to really cover this upper battlement area. Now they did a great job setting up there, getting some specials out, and now the Dapples are pushed way up, fighting the K-Shot, and then looks like they're forced to drop into 3 of the members of the Invincible Income. Then Invincible Income's got a chance to paint up the map, check the corners, make sure they're not getting flanked from anywhere weird, and start pushing around and get their specials. And they're going to need at least a special or 2 to get through that first checkpoint, because they're going to have to be putting a lot of their resources into just holding mid while Aromatic Ashes tries to push up. That's going to be 1 pick going down Aromatic Income, and a nice combo between the Blaster and the Mist from the Dapple Dualies, allowing Aromatic Ashes to get that pick. And now they've got another one as well. They're going to be able to keep any push from happening by Invincible Income, because that 3 wasn't as much a push as it was just the top of the tower.
Yeah, Invincible Income really needs to take back mid at some point, and it's really difficult when you've got these combos all getting thrown at you. Hey, I mean, everything is just going willy-nilly right now. We've got the missiles on the side of the Grim range. The Dapple's going down, though, so the range is backing up. The Gluga's down as well. So the range here backed up after firing those missiles, and the jump in is going to be really nicely placed as well. So they're going to try and protect that. Unfortunately, the blaster does go down. So it looks like the Incom's going to try take back mid here. You can see the Siege Jet, they have that ray ready, but not quite in the position to use it. And they're going to be able to take that tower too. Now, like you said, they do probably need a special something or other to get past this first checkpoint here, because we've got the members of the Ashes coming in. You can see those missiles are going to be really, really... Oh, the double from the Siege Jet. Don't know exactly how they got that, but that is absolutely vital to letting them get through that. And now with all of those members down on the Ashes, they're gonna get past that first checkpoint. So if they can hopefully keep something like this up, 2 down on both sides right now. So Luna's here gonna do their best, gets a slick double right there, and they've got the Booyah Bomb to top it all off. So now that their teammates can come back and help them, hopefully this push is not over.
Yeah, that was a good push at least to get through the first checkpoint. We've got a lot of the picks, some of which seem to have been kind of lucky. Just I think the 2 players just sort of walking at CJ, and this K-Pro is just not stopping. That's 3 or 4 kills in a row already. They've got to have their teammates pushing up, but their teammates got to paint up. The K-Pro's got to focus getting picks, but they've got to worry about all this enemy paint around them. It's making it hard for them to move, and like the Zap player is doing a bit of it now, but they've just got to paint a little bit and let the other members of the team get a few picks. So now the Invincible Income's gonna get a little split up trying to do that, and will end up 2 of them get picked off the blaster, and 1 rushes in for the jump camps picked off themselves. It was a good counter push, but Invincible Income still has a whole checkpoint to get through. So while there only may be 16 points between the 2 team scores, it's gonna be a lot easier for Aromatic Ashes to defend than it would appear, because there's a whole checkpoint in the way. Tower won't be moving there, and they've got a lot of chip damage weapons, so it's gonna be very difficult for Invincible Income to get past that second checkpoint unless they get a full wipe. And they need to coordinate the specials better too.
Yeah, we saw a couple of nice picks from that blaster there, doing a little bit of cleanup work there. Devil Dealers do go down, and you've got Ash here on the Glugas with the ink armor at the ready, so they're likely going to pop that once their teammates respawn. There it is, there's the pop, and they get 1 pick, the counter pop of the other armor. And they get the second pick as well. Really nice. Do love to see Gluga gameplay like that. And that resulted in 3 down for the Income. So unless the Siege is able to pull something off here, which it looks like they're being cornered, I don't even think it's possible. I don't know if that's possible for them to reach the tower in time. With Ashes sitting pretty on that tower, that's going to be our first game of Top Cut.
Yes, and really good play by the Aromatic Ashes using their tip damage well, and I think they were just a little more coordinated, the Aromatic Ashes, which with a free agent tournament like this, the team that practice more will generally tend to win if the team skill levels are balanced like an IDHA, because if the skill levels are balanced, what it's going to come down to is how will you coordinate, how will you coordinate your specials, and that's what allowed Aromatic Ashes to win, whereas Invincible Income seemed to be struggling to get like a solid wave of specials at an even point.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta look at popping all of those together, and it gets difficult in tournaments like this where it's draft tournament. You don't know all these people always, and so like you said, teams that get a chance to practice are very much at an advantage here. I mean, I do hope that all teams get a little bit of practice in, but sometimes your schedules just clash and you're not able to, and you're winging it through the whole tournament, and that's not a bad thing. It's just a new experience, you know. We're going to be going to our first occurrence of Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker in our Top Cut. We're going to be seeing it again in Grand Finals. A little bit of a funky map choice there, but hey, what can you say? It's a pretty interesting map mode sometimes.
Yeah, and I think we'll see probably a pretty similar comp come out from Invincible Income, because they seem pretty comfortable with that quad shooter. They'll probably want to run it again, unless maybe they've got a Sploosh 7 pocket. They'll definitely want the C-Jet for the Ray. Maybe switch up the K-Bro for a little more paint to be able to move up on this map. But otherwise, I wouldn't expect much difference. As for the Ashes, I think we could see the same comp, but they could definitely switch things up. Maybe switch the Glugas around, potentially. Though I think they should keep them. I would expect them to change the Blaster, if anything, just because the shape of the map makes it a bit awkward to try to use the Blaster in some situations, especially because of how easily you can get brushed down when trying to play something at Grim Range. I do hope they'll keep the Dapples though, because on a map like this, Dapples will use the curves to their advantage, and they'll have that mist, which is so helpful defensively.
Oh, definitely. Miss is great here just because, I mean, the 2 paths you have are generally just directly to the Rainmaker pedestal, so if you can have that, if you can throw a miss down there, it can really just save the game sometimes. And I wonder if somebody has a Slosher pocket, now is the time to pull it out. And again, I don't really know the weapon pulls of these players. We'll just have to see what they decide to bring out here. But here we go. Here are the comps. Ooh, we got rollers.
Double roller.
We got the
We've got
Nautilus coming up.
Unlimited Room United Labs going out right here. That's a
Yeah.
oh my god. We've got
I
the
love
meta
this.
basically against a Dynamo Roller, a permanent Ink Rush, Dapple Dualies, and a Carbon Roller, which is going to be a pain for
Ooh.
Invincible Income to fight. They're gonna have to just focus on painting a little more. They're gonna have to back up because they've
Oh,
got the
these
range
dapples,
advantage. They've
these
got to use
dapples are
that.
going for it. Oh my goodness. I mean, this
Yeah.
comp is so up close and personal, like you said. Just a pain to deal with if you don't know how to do it completely right. And Stealth here on the Nautilus, gonna have a nice... Nautilus is quite nice here, actually. You know, you got the bullet velocity, able to take advantage of a lot of those curves. But Stealth, you're gonna have to be watching out for those Sharkers at all times. And the Siege as well. And of course, like you said, pretty much the meta. So, I mean, both teams do have armor as well. But, you know, Permanent Ink Rush, not always the go-to armor weapon we see. We got a lot of specials online right now for Invincible Income. Real important for them. Rainmaker's gonna get picked up. Looks like they're trying to take it back through mid. They gotta take mid first, though. And that Dynamo Roller is going to have so much control here on Humpback once they get set up. They gotta do that first. They gotta get to their place. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that. Unfortunately, they do get caught out a little bit early. So here goes the Rainmaker. They take it. They take the lead. The Rainmaker gets a pick as well. Luna here going up ahead. We got the Roller, though. That is a way to go out. Just completely flattened by that Dynamo Roller. Takes it all the way to 22, not bad, but nothing is a safety on Humpback contract. Oh,
Yeah,
I
and they're gonna
spoke
keep
too
going,
soon.
almost getting that into the
goodness.
KO, but the other thing I'd like to point out the difference in comps, Invincible Income is gonna have a much easier time getting popped. They've got 3 listed bombs. Aromatic Ashes has 0. It's going to be a lot harder for them to apply pressure and distance besides Dynamo, so defensively, they're gonna have a hard time. And as we saw, when Invincible Income did a good job like putting some specials together, chaining them, throwing bombs, and they just spaced out Invincible Aromatic Ashes and were able to get all the way down to 5. Now Aromatic Ashes has got to play offense, which is going to be a little easier for them, but if they're stuck having to break into mid, and they have no bombs, and they have little to no range, the only way they're going to get that kind of chip damage is just throwing out their specials, because their only other option here is to just try to use a Dynamo to get paint and run in and hopefully win those fights. But they're gonna have to rely on their specials because they don't have a bomb spam to crush on anything. They've just got to win their fights, which is going to make this harder because the weapons of Aromatic Ashes are going to counter, rather, Invincible Income are going to counter weapons that Aromatic Ashes has out mostly because of range advantage and damage at range with the shooters and the Nautilus.
That is pretty much what we saw right there. We did actually see a full wipe on the side of Aromatic Ashes. So Income does have the Rainmaker right now, immediately taken out by that rush there. You saw him run up, swing a bit, run right back, and that is the beauty of the rush. But with this comp being so up close and personal, doing such high damage but at such low range, like you said, they don't really have much to rely on at a range other than the Dynamo, which is going to make this really, really difficult. I do hope that the Brush and the Carbon and the Dynamo can be taking advantage of all these curves. I mean, like you said, the Devils can do that too. But it's hard to do if they can't get set up correctly. We've got just over a minute and a half right now, and you can see Cruz here along with their teammate trying to get set up, gets one pick, looking to get a second on this Nautilus here. Nautilus does pop the Inkjet Armor combo though, emerges victorious in that situation, and that results in a 3 down from the Ashes, unfortunately. They did take it to 27, but unfortunately that just does not stand up against the 5 that the Invincible Income were able to set. So with the timer ticking down relentlessly, we have about just a couple more opportunities for Aromatic Ashes to make something happen, and it's going to be really, really difficult when you can see all these bombs coming out, all the paint from Income, and in their attempts to take back mid, unfortunately, Ashes have gone 2 down, so this is going to be really, really difficult for them to get back in, especially with the specials online from Income.
Yes, and we saw the way Aromatic Ashes got that push is they popped an armor, they painted, and that let them paint up and just kind of run straight at Invincible Income, like their comp wants to. But then, once the armor started running out and then a counter special came out, it was very difficult because they couldn't... The armor inkjet combo is a lot more effective than just popping an armor and running in, especially against weapons that short range when the inkjet's flying over them. It was very difficult to counter, and they all got shut down quickly after that. And now we're going to see Aromatic Ashes make one more attempt to the push, It's probably gonna last because Invincible Income's set up to defend, they've got 3 specials, they've got the GG Ray, they've just gotta stand here. Because... or maybe not, they grab the Rainmaker instead, a little early. They're just gonna let Aromatic Ashes push up, but they're gonna go 3 down. That's it, that's the game, tying the set at 1.
Yeah, there we go. We got a 1-1 set now, which does make this effectively a best of 3 with the 3 matches that we've got there. Nice match overall, but really sometimes, you know, this comp, it felt like it has a purpose. And oh my goodness, 20 KA from a junior, that is how you know you are doing their job right there. And 18 from the Kenza Pro. But like, I did feel like that comp did have a very set purpose, and it excels at that purpose. But when you put it up against something that counteracts that, say something with a little bit more range, some more paint, then unfortunately it just couldn't do its job quite effectively.
Yeah, I feel like that comp could have worked if you replaced, like, maybe you could have replaced at least one of the rushdown, like the hardcore rushdown weapons, like say you replace the carbon roller with a tri-slash that has a bit more range, or maybe you pull out a shot or something like that. That comp just needed a little more of that longer ranged frontline to like midline presence to be able to get anywhere. And ideally, at least one weapon with some lethal bombs to also exert more pressure on range, like I was saying.
Yeah, you do love to see it though. Love to see off-meta comps like that.
Yeah, it's always worth experimenting because the only way you learn something from finding out how things don't work. Like you find out, oh, so we ran this, and then you think about why did this not work for us, and you get somewhere with that. And it's always worth experimenting instead of just kind of blindly following what people say is the meta.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've tried some crazy comps in our lifetime. Do you remember? I think that we ran like double bucket or something like that.
Double bucket
like,
is tame compared to the triple spot.
Like with Explosher with one of them, and like Bamboo and something like that on Sturgeon.
I think we ran. It was like must have been New Albacore. We ended up running like triple splatling Dapples. I think it was like Heavy Mini, Nautilus, and then I was playing Dapple Duo. That was a time. I don't remember if it worked, but I think we ran under a similar comp, but with like Undercover Umbrella on that one with it. There's a lot of weird comps we got there. That aside, we're gonna go on to our next. We're already going on to our next map, but I didn't even say it was because I was too busy worrying about what.
It's Antro. I don't remember. It's Zone's Antro. Here we go. Big Zone
Commentators
mid.
get this. Yes,
Oh,
the commentators
boy,
get distracted by their own exploits in the past,
Sorry.
and we've got some funky comps going.
Aerospray. We still have the K Dynamo. We got the Aerospray PG for the Booyah bombs. We got the custom Hydra and some vanilla dually sculptures coming in here. So we got more. We got good amount of paint on the Invincible Income, and the Ashes have that. They have the Aerospray. So as long as the Aerospray stays alive, they got a great amount of paint on their side as well. That both those juniors are gonna help a lot. Income's gonna take first pick here. Ooh, unfortunately a junior goes down. That is tough. That Booyah Bomb for the K Dynamo going onto zone, and you can see them exploiting how much ink they can throw in here to try and catch one of the members of the Income. Don't know if they're quite gonna be able to do it. It looks like the Dapples that they're targeting right now. Meanwhile, ooh, they're gonna jump down. Almost getting caught by the Booyah Bomb, but not quite. And to jump down, unfortunately their swing doesn't connect, but their teammate manages to avenge them. Good job. We've got the Booyah Bomb and the rain coming out, so hopefully that is enough to recap the zone. And yes, indeed, it is. Captain Ash here on that Aerospray. We're going to be seeing a lot of specials come out from them. Already we've seen 3 Booyah Bombs. And a little bit of on the offensive. That's a full white. Very, 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 very nice job there. And so they're going to push forward, take advantage of this plat, and already another Booyah Bomb comes out.
Yeah, I think what Invincible Income's got to do here is Aromatic Ashes got to do here. They've got to use their paint advantage the best to let their Dapples move around and get picks. They've got to spam specials like crazy, especially the Booyah Bombs, to keep the longer range weapons of Invincible Income from being able to do anything. Because otherwise, especially the Pro and the Hydra, the Aromatic Ashes will just get shredded if they try to take the fights head on. So they've got to keep a lot of map control to be able to move around with their short range weapons, and then keep a lot of specials coming out so that Invincible Income's always getting forced into kind of ugly positions, which they seem to be doing. And we've got a Battle Aerospray coming out and getting a trade. But now Invincible Income's got to paint the zone. I think we saw one member of Invincible Income jump out. Aromatic Ashes is looking like they could get a counter push here, but Invincible Income will get the lead. Now Aromatic Ashes has to look for something. They've got an armor, maybe one more special. But Arrow goes in with a risky play on the right side, thinking no one's watching except 3 members are watching. So 3 members of Invincible Income targeting the Aerospray is enough for the rest of Aromatic Ashes to take the zone back and be able to push up, getting another trade, and hopefully they can get control back here. But with the Hydra still walking around and 2 armors online from Invincible Income, it's going to be very difficult for the Ashes to get back in this. Or
Those 2
let's not
armors-
Booyah kill someone.
Those 2 armors are effectively going to become 1 armor as the Hydra and the Junior do unfortunately pop those armors at the same time. Hydra gets taken out, though, I mean, Aerospray gets taken out as well. That is a full wipe again on the side of Invincible Income, so that penalty on the side of Ashes is going to be ticking down very nicely. And that cap was really what Ashes needed, just to apply that penalty to Income and give themselves a little bit more breathing room. You can see the Hydra is up there, forcing crews down and back out of that range, unfortunately. So a lot of prowess a Hydra can have, even if they're not necessarily shooting directly at you. But that armor can hopefully buy one of them enough time to take out the Hydra. There goes the Hydra. There goes the other armor pick from the Junior on the side of Income. There is the lead, just by 3 points right there to the Ashes. So now the Income has to work their way through their penalty. There's going to be another Booyah Bomb from the K Dynamo this time. And, well, the cap back means that there's still some penalty points applied. So right now, with a 3-point difference, we are just seeing a fight for the zone. And we still have enough time that this could end in something decisively.
That's a lot of special treasure.
Ooh,
So I'd like to comment a little bit more on this
Oh, goodness.
battle Aerospray. Yes, 3 down, but Aerospray is not gonna, like, kill quick at all, as we all know. It takes 5 shots, I think, to kill. But it does have, this version has Burst Bomb, and it paints such a, and shoots at such a wide angle in front of it. It's effectively like fighting a lower damage brush, but they're able to do things like main strafing, that it can move around so nimbly with the combination of that main weapon and the burst bombs, and then have such a wide coverage around it, in front of it, that in a fight, if the Aerospray can keep moving, it's difficult for some of the other weapons, like say the Hydra, or the Dualies, or the Pro to track it. That if the Aerospray is close to distance and throws a burst bomb or 2 to, while closing distance, it's almost a disadvantage for the longer and higher damage weapon actually taking the fight.
Here is the armored Aerospray, as you're talking about, going in for another fight, gets a double! Jumping into a situation. They jumped into a situation they shouldn't have been able to win, a 2v1, and took it, along with 11 burst bombs. I mean, according to all known laws of Splatoon, an Aerospray should not be able to fight. The Aerospray, of course, does not care and takes fights anyways. That is Battle Aerospray for you. I mean, that is your job
after
right
this.
there. Oh my
I gotta hop
god.
to Turf War and learn another new weapon.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
really
god.
like that because
Wow.
compared to most other weapons that, like say brushes that also have this massive spray in front of them, they've got their own advantages and generally they're better slayers. But none of them have burst bomb, and none of them
You're
are
also,
quite
you're
as
also gonna get
nimble.
an RSI. You're gonna get an RSI from playing it, so you may as well just
True.
quit
That's
now.
what I was meaning to. But yeah, and the Aerospray can keep firing, and then just duck that and fire again. Like I said about main strafing, and it's just really hard to fight once they're jumping on you. You got hit by a couple burst bombs. They've already got paint to work with from the burst bombs, and now there's paint everywhere around you because it's an Aerospray, and a few of those shots just have to land as long as the Aerospray keeps dodging. It's also just a novelty of fighting an Aerospray that's actively playing aggro on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you see very often at all. I mean, if you do see an Aerospray, it's not gonna... You don't expect the Aerospray to be charging directly at you, like they were here, but hey, times it happens.
Yeah, I think probably one of the favorite things I've seen in quite a while of just an innovative thing. Knowing that, alright, I can just go at them with this Aerospray, they haven't been able to do anything, I'll just keep doing. And for that player to recognize, my opponents are struggling against what I'm doing, I should keep doing it. And that's, I think, really how they won the game, because they did have the paint advantage and all that, but it was really just the Aerospray screwing with the entirety of Invincible Income, which is probably messing up their mental a little bit too, after they're all just, like, they went into that riding the high of a win, a pretty dominant one, and now they just get beat up by an Aerospray. they're gonna have to be careful not to get too demoralized here.
Well, for our fourth match, could be our final match depending on the outcome, is going to be the Reef Clam Blitz. So this one's massive map for Clam Blitz, got so many ways to get to that basket, and it's so far away, especially compared to some maps like, Mako Mart, where the basket is literally just right there.
Yeah, it's definitely bridge control is gonna be the most important thing here. If either team has a range, the Dynamo, the Hydra, any other backlines, this could be so important to just have the rest of the team get them set up on bridge and let them rain fire on the enemy team, both offensively or defensively.
Oh yeah, very, very important here. Alright, let's take a look. We still got the roller, we got the brush, got a K-Rapid coming out here, so very interesting. I mean, that baller should be helpful here. That is a crack on Splat Roller. Make a wish, everybody. You rarely see those. If you see a roller, it's generally gonna be a vanilla one. So, I mean, hey, we got a crack on Splat Roller here. We got that permanent brush coming back, got a 52 gal, and then those Dabble Nouveaux are staying constant. So, very, very, very close range here. K-Pro and those K-Rapids, as long as the K-Rapid doesn't get rushed down, they're gonna have a great advantage being able to do all that chip damage.
Though I think with a comp like this, hit damage is not going to be as valuable because the weapons are so mobile they can just back up and heal compared to if Aromatic Ashes was running the Dynamo again, that would be a different story. But we're going to see Invincible Income have that first push, pop the ball out, but the rest of the team is just completely out of position. The Blaster's fighting a 3v1, the rest of the team is just barely on bridge. That's going to be a push to 80, but all they really did was give Aromatic Ashes a power flame. That being said,
a nice...
Aromatic Ashes' comp is similar to what we saw for the Rainmaker game, though it's got even more aggro this time. Still no lethals, but they might be able to make up for it by just playing straight aggro with that K52.
Well, Clam Blitz is a map that you can possibly play straight aggro on. Unfortunately, it's going to be 2 down. Rush gets taken out. K-Pro, that's 3 down now. So that Power Clamp is going to die here. And Income has another shot at doing something here, throwing clamps around, throwing bombs around. They don't have a power clamp on them, but they do have a teammate that could possibly make one. Ooh, a little bit of a trade here, as I think that K-Pro might have misjudged that distance from the roller a bit. But with 2 down on both sides, some specials online, and probably see a little bit more of a neutral game for the time being, as both teams are looking to build up clamps, although Aromatic Ashes has very, very little.
We both keep saying Aromantic. I mean, I guess...
Oh no, it's the queer.
Yes, we are the queer.
So true, like the collective. But anyways, let's focus on the situation at hand. We got a push.
Which is
push,
Baller
Booyah.
Booyah. That's a good move. Because you saw how far the Rapid just got pushed out of position. The entirety of Invincible Income got thrown out of position actually by those specials, which allowed Aromatic Ashes to take the lead, even though it's only 59. Which they could have gotten further if that Invincible Income had all been pushed out of position in the same direction. Instead, they kind of ended up inadvertently surrounding Aromatic Ashes while they're trying to push. But now we've got Aromatic Ashes on defense. They're probably just going to try to hold bridge in some of their areas because they know Invincible Income's got all these specials. Or maybe not. We see the roller rush in and get picked, which is kind of what's hard to defend with this comp. They've got Mist and Wall, but other than that, I mean, beacons will help in knowing where your opponents are going to attack from, which might help in trying to rush. And the brush was waiting, which is what I was going to say. That's what they've got to do with that comp, is just hold enough paint and keep sharking so that the enemy team just walks into it, because they can't bomb spam or anything to try to play defensively. They just got to wait until Invincible Income gets close enough they can take them out, but not so close that they can get a big push free.
I mean, that's exactly what happened there. They waited, the clan went in, but there was almost no follow-up from that, just the one clan. And, well, now we got a storm over bridge, fighting for control of this bridge right now, with those daffles going down. Income does have a bit of an advantage, but we do also have the Booyah Bomb getting thrown in return, and more specials to come. So, only a little bit more time left in this match. The roller's doing funky roller things on bridge. It kind of looked like they just got replaced with the dapple over there.
Yeah, Aromatic Ashes, they've just gotta hold their side of the map, a bit of bridge, and keep sharking. And for now, because Invincible Income's got the specials, they've got the clams more importantly, and they've got more map control. Because as much as Aromatic Ashes does have a pretty solid amount of paint between Brush, Dapple, and K52, they don't really have anything like bombs or just a little more range that lets them paint it safely. So they're going to be forced to shark and just try to hit hard enough, like I was discussing. But that miss is going to be critical. The baller is going to go off to no avail. But they're going to get the lead anyway because they just slowly chip down on the score. And that ball alone was enough. They dunk one more clam. That will be the lead. And Invincible, or rather, Aromatic Ashes has got to get the ball in and 2 more clams, and that'll do it. But they've only got 25 seconds and a bit of overtime. They're jumping to reposition. Good jump. They gotta get in. They're gonna throw the clam. They're not gonna miss. And that's gonna be a full wipe on the side of Invincible Income. Aromatic has this. Ashes has this for sure. They're just throwing clams in. The Brush's gotta get under this ledge right now so that they can continue to hold that Invincible Income. That's exactly what they're gonna do. The jump comes in, misses the power clam, but the Brush is just gonna zoom around and dunk that. And that's almost certainly going to be the win for Invincible Income, though they've got a little bit of time. They shut down the person trying to cap the game off with the KO, and now they've got to get down to 2, but really they've just got a KO here in order to win the game, and they've only got 20 seconds.
They've got 2 powers, but they have not a lot of time to get them to the basket. Looting here probably, hopefully gonna put. Oh, I was gonna say hopefully gonna pop that Booyah Bomb, but just not enough time left on that overtime timer. Man, what a game, you know, the roller coaster at the end. But there we go, that is your set, your semi-set. So we'll be seeing Aromatic Ashes in grand finals against the winner of the other semis match that is going on right now. So with that, we'll be taking a break of just a few minutes, and we'll be right back at you guys with grand finals. Stay tuned, everybody. Hello everyone and welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone number 29. We are here with Grand Finals. I'm Cater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
And we'll be seeing the aromatic, not aromantic ashes yet again. This time against the Hollow Help, who are led by a person named Humo, because the alliteration cannot stop.
Absolutely not. Alright, we just saw the Aromatic Ashes on stream for our semi-set. Pulled up a 3-1 against the, what was it? The
Invincible income.
Right, yes,
Also
the
known
income.
as the current upper class.
Yeah, I hate to see it. Alright,
Okay.
well, let's take a look at our maps for this grand final set. This should be interesting. We've got Starfish main stage again, but instead of tower control, we've got Rainmaker. And as you can see, if it goes to a game 5, we could go to Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker again. We love to see it. Alright.
I mean, nothing like a good old humpback pump track to enjoy / torture yourself with. I mean, I guess it depends on how you feel about the map and its struggles and pushing. But back to Starfish. This map,
Yeah.
you've got two main paths to go through. You either go through a right choke or a left choke. It just depends on where your opponents have to be sitting and which upper area you've cleared. Your third option is if you can somehow get up onto your opponent's snipe, you can then jump onto their battlement area and take a wide left route to the pedestal, which if you've got like cover fire to do it, can be worth it, because now the Rainmaker's got high ground to fire down from, but it's very difficult to get in the position to make that jump, and if you lose time missing that jump, it's not great. This map tends to be very... It's either going to be really stally with neither team either able to get through the chokes until one team blazes through the choke, and from there, the only real stopping point is going to be the ramp leading up to the Rainmaker area.
Yeah, that ramp is very, very important. Alright, let's take a look at our comps here. Sploosh 7, Brush. Interesting, so Sploosh 7's to be expected. We've got a V-Jet here instead of a C-Jet, so no Stingray here, but we've got Mist and Missiles, as well as that knot coming out from the side of the Help. And then the Aromatic Ashes. This is the comp that we did see on Starfish that they had before, except now they have the Dynamo here, so... I don't think they had the Dynamo on Starfish before. Can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe they did. All right. Well, we've got a lot of specials getting popped at the same time: the missiles, the armor, and the rain. So that's going to lead to Ashes taking that first pick of the Rainmaker, trying to take the Nautilus down. They do. That's 2 down on the side of the Help. And so the Rainmaker's going to try and move forward here. Jet on Snipe, trying to do a little bit of funky movement, but gets taken down. And very nice movement from that Rainmaker. You're going to be able to take it to 33, which is quite nice. There's the stamp, there's the throw, does not unfortunately connect with this target, and this Sploosh here coming in to do that cleanup job.
Yeah, I really like both teams' comps, though I think Hollow Help, they're going to have to play really fast with their frontline weapons because they're not going to have too much paint from their backlines, but still really going to want to have their frontline weapons punch up quickly to allow the Nautilus to kind of, and the Jet to get set up and really exploit their range and damage potential on the members of Aromatic Ashes, because the Dapples and the Dynamo are going to be a disadvantage fighting the Nautilus and the Jet, and we do see them doing that. The Sploosh and the Brush rushing up, getting some picks, and now the Brush using their brush to paint a path to the Rainmaker is clever, but the members of Aromatic Ashes are going to collapse, using that Mist as well to stop the push right as it gets to the choke point, and it's a bit unnecessary jumping off the map. I get that it's kind of a habit you get, but they had plenty of time to just paint up and let the Rainmaker reset, and they didn't have to throw away any special points doing it.
I don't think I've actually ever seen a Rainmaker get reset there. Huh. You learn something new every day. There we go, I guess. Alright, we've got some special getting popped here. Oh yes, my bad. Sorry, you can go ahead. Alright. So we've got some specials here. Got that Inkjet. Inkjet gets a nice pick. Got the rain over that, nucleus the mist around that. The Rainmaker as well. Another pick from that Nautilus. You see the Ashes being 3 down. So Help is going to have another shot at this push. Gonna opt to take it the same way. All of these members in the choke here. 2 going down, unfortunately. Oh yeah, I mean that's the beauty of the Dynamo. You have people running into it. That's where the picks come from.
Yeah, I really like how I think both times they've stopped the push, we've seen the Dynamo and the Mist be the deciding factor. Because suddenly you're pushing up with your Rainmaker, and then you and the teammate who's escorting the Rainmaker get stuck. in the mist, and then Dynamo comes down, swoops in, takes out 2 of you. It's really nice to see mist change with backline weapons like that have a high damage, because they can, once you're stuck, it doesn't matter how slow the backline weapon is, mist gives the backline weapon enough time to set up that kill shot like we saw there.
Yeah, as someone that's worked with Mist, it is amazing to work with, and combos like that
I
are
am
so
the
much
Mist.
fun to play. You are the Mist, yes, we played that combo a lot. It was so much fun. Alright. Well, we've got just under a minute and 45 left here. Another pick on that Nautilus, so they are not having a great time here. That's another pick. Oh, Cruz here, just having a great time. A lot of picks that they've been able to get here. Especially, we saw them do that in that last set too. So it looks like, Ashes, I think they're just kind of chilling out, you know? They're in mid here, they've got nice control. They're gonna pick up that Rainmaker and maybe they'll try to bring it forward. This Inkjet here is gonna pose a bit of a danger to that. But they did seem to kind of just be chilling in mid right there. I mean, they do have the lead right now. It's not necessarily the safest lead ever, especially since they did go 3 down. But it is still a lead nonetheless. Really nice distance pick there from the Knot, and they're going to be the one to pick up this Rainmaker. I think they're trying to catch up to their teammate up there, the Sploosh, that's trying to escort them.
Yeah, but they're not really painting around them, so if something like Rain or Missiles comes out right now from the Ashes, it's going to be more difficult than it should be for Hollow Help to dodge. They don't have as much paint as they should. And you see that now with the Rainmaker not having any avenues to get out with, besides the corner because of that Booyah Bomb. Now the Missiles coming out, the armor looks like it might have come out, but the Missiles are going to counter that. The Inkjets are not going to be able to do anything because they're also stuck in a corner. And now we see how Hollow Help just didn't paint enough, and it's going to hurt them. Cruz getting stuck in a fight with the Sploosh. The Sploosh is going to bring out Hammer. Cruz is going to have 2 specials on, but still going to manage to live. Dodges and gets the pick on the Hammer. Critically, they're going to have to hold the rest of the team, but they've got their bombs out, and the Hollow Help are forced through that choke point. The missile's coming out, and they're going to be stopped just in the nick of time yet again. With the Ancient coming out to absolutely no effect. Oh, they've got panda guns. It might be like Sploosh rushing in, going for the points. They're almost there, and they're going to be shut down 2 points away from the win, and that will be the first game for the Ashes.
2 points. I can see why they decided to go over the block, but the unequal on top of the block did slow them down a bit. Maybe if they had turned and fired behind them, I don't know if they would have had time. Either way, that very close end right there does end in favor of the Ashes, though.
Yeah. Shout out to, or I'd like to give credit to Aromatic Ashes doing a good job at the end, making sure they kept some paint control, because that's, I think, what happened, was that Hollow Help didn't have enough specials to, or not rather enough paint to move around, so when the specials of Aromatic Ashes came out, they were forced into an incredibly awkward position where they got stuck for the rest of the game. That was a really great hero play with the Inkjet paint at the end by the Sploosh, but there's only so much you can do in terms of individual skill when you've got 3 players all firing at you. Even if you've got the best position to not get hit, some of those shots are going to land. It only takes like 3 to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, though. Yeah, it was a valiant effort, though, and I do commend them for that. Great job on their end. All right, so for our second match, we'll be going to Splat Zones on Piranha Pit. So, funky little double zones map, pretty much just one line. Like, there's really not that much to say about this map.
I mean, yes, in terms of perhaps its visual appeal, but I think it's one of the more interesting maps we see a lot in Comp because compared to most of their zones maps where you get a lockout, you get a strong lockout, game's over, it's very difficult to keep control of both zones for a long time. So it's very hard to, say, get through a big penalty to get your score down, to take the lead, or to take a very commanding lead quickly. So in that way, it's going to be a lot more stalematy than other maps. I think Aromatic Ashes should bring their Dynamo out again. Those
that would be great.
ramps in the Dynamo, it's just going to be heaven for Dynamo to sit on the ramps, sit on the upper areas they need to, and rain down ink. Though, I think the rest of their comp should work. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Belugas come out again if they want a fizzy spam, because the tight space in the middle would suit that well. As for the help, I'm expecting perhaps a similar comp. Maybe Fumo, I think I noticed they maybe play 52 or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see that come out, to be able to take a little more space, have a little more damage, range damage, and just to have that Booyah Bomb too, which is so helpful in trying to get both zones, because you throw a Booyah Bomb at one zone and your team rushes the other, and it's really helpful. actually be able to get
Definitely.
control of both zones.
Yeah, double zones map makes it harder to control that lockdown, but this map, especially just because it's so far apart. Whoa! Oh, we got different things coming out here. All right, so let's look at some changes we got. We got that arrow spray coming back out. Wonderful battle arrow spray we saw before. Got a remix now, so they do have a little bit more range coming into here. On the side of the Hollow Help, we've got a Kenta L3, so that's gonna be Stamp. I don't remember its sub, and then we've got the Try. So I wouldn't necessarily expect. Thank you. I wouldn't necessarily expect the Try to come out here, but it's a fair pick, especially with those ramps. And ooh, this brush is already going at it. We've got the Storm coming out too, which is going to be helpful. But as you can see right now, both teams have a zone, and they're just trying to fight for another one. And even though we do have a quick pick, then the zones are just gonna get taken back, and just because they have how small they are, they're generally pretty easy to cap. So this is why it's just so hard to have a long drawn out push on this map.
Yeah, I like the heavy pick here by the Aromatic Ashes because it's gonna let them have that range control and outrange the entirety of Hollow Help. And they'll still have that Blue Bomb too, and they'll be able to fire down the long sight length smash against them. The rest of their weapons are that same kind of triple rushdown thing we saw, which on a tight map like this I think could work very well. Especially, it depends on, I think this map might come down to whether Hollow Help can handle the battle aerospray, because if they struggle against it, they're going to have the same problems that the Invincible had, but no, they get a pick with a nice bomb. The two specials are coming out from the Ashes when they're player down. With the unmet paint they have, I think they can make it work. The remix is going down instead, and the Hollow Help are just holding here. Because Aromatic Ashes, I think, Aromatic Ashes just use their specials a little bit early. Though, it doesn't seem to have mattered that they used their specials early, because they just kept fighting. And Hollow Help couldn't take enough of them down to actually secure anything. And now the Aromatic Ashes have the zone and are potentially looking to take the lead back here if they can get a hold.
We've got quite a lot going on right now. Oh, the Splatling just barely manages to dodge that stamp, which means they can pull out their own Booyah Bomb. Oh, but they do immediately eat an entire inkjet shot after that, so I did speak a little bit too soon. That results in a 3 down on the side of the Ashes, so Hollow Help going to be able to just continue keeping those zones. That was a great shot on the side of the Nautilus. Very, very smooth. Got another Booyah Bomb coming out because, of course, with the Aerospray on that team, you just can't get enough of those. Heavy facing down, Splatling fight ends in favor of the Help, and they are just chilling out on this zone right now. It feels like they're just, almost just feels like the Ashes are staggered now, and they're just not going in necessarily on their own. And I mean, it's not together necessarily, especially with the Nautilus just here using this corner to their advantage and picking them off one by one.
Yeah, Nautilus is doing a good job there holding, but they're going to have to hold us next. But getting a nice pick on the brush, I think thought they could contest that. Couldn't. 2 Booyahs will come out, but the rest of the team is just too far behind for them to do anything but stall. Which, if they keep the specials coming, they pop the rain, they get the armor quick, they might get, but their arrow is going to go down. Though I think that I saw a hammer fall in the water. Did that L3 just, like, end up losing control of their hammer's momentum and fly off the map? We got Dapple's taking a nice angle here, looking for picks. Getting one, finding a second, going for a third, won't find the third, that's going to be more than enough for the rest of their team to rush in and clean the rest of the fight up.
Oh yeah, and that penalty is ticking down. So there we go, no more penalty for the Ashes, and Cream here, something happened there. I think they just need to get to a safe place to jump out. They have that Ultra Stamp, so they're likely going to try and use it somewhere soon, hopefully in coordination with their teammates. We've got the no more penalty, that timer is ticking down. There's the Booyah Bomb, so they might be able to keep this zone for just a little bit longer. There's the Stamp. Stamp gets thrown, does not quite accomplish anything, unfortunately. Cruiser on that brush inking up this zone, and that's 3 down at the side of the Help. So that, I mean, this push is still going.
Yeah, I would like to see the Booyah Bombs come out a bit earlier for Aromatic Ashes to try to trap the Hollow Help more up in their bats, but it seems to still have put enough chaos out that they were able to, in that ensuing chaos, win the fight to take the zone back. And then they've lost the number, they've got Booyah Bombs and armor coming out, they've got to win this fight, but they're going to lose the cap. There's only 30 seconds left. Cruz has got to go big here if they're going to get anything, and now they're going to be in a very desperate situation to try to get back in before the Hollow Help can just hold for another 25 seconds. Hollow Help, on the other hand, they've almost got a jet ready. They've got to get more specials prepped. They'll have missiles soon. But Aromatic Ashes is going to have their specials faster. which is gonna hurt them. We've already got the rain coming out. The Booyah's coming out. Boost in line, but 2 members of Aromatic Actions go down. They won't be able to help us in the specials, but they're painting zone for dear life. They'll get the cap. Missiles raining down, link jet shots as well. They'll do something. The brush going in to get the cap. Nautilus looking for the pick. Dapple's almost getting the pick. Nautilus winning the fight instead, which is gonna be critical. Another Booyah Bomb coming out. They're just trying to hold, and that's not gonna be enough. The Hollow Help will take game 2, just barely hanging on.
So close. I mean, that overtime fight was intense, but eventually, I mean, the Ashes just had to give out, and so that puts our set again 1-2-1. Also, 10 more Booyah Bombs coming out from that aerospace. Just so many from them.
It seems that Hollow Help was a bit more ready for this crazy rushdown battle aerospray comp than the Ashes were, rather than the Income were, which allowed them to take the win, though I think a lot of what made it so close was that the rushdown still was kind of struggling, a bit hard to fight, and there was also just a lot of paint and a lot of specials, especially with Booyah Bombs coming out, so it made it very difficult for Hollow Help to get a very definitive KO there, especially with how Pit is in that it's, like we mentioned, very hard to get a commanding lockout at any time.
Yep, Piranha Pit is just like that, and well, it results in matches that you see like that. We'll be moving on to Inkblot Art Academy Clam Blaze. So this is our Clams map of choice instead of Reef previously, and this one does differ. You've really just gotta have control of that plat if you want a good long drawn out push. And of course you have that little step that you can use to your advantage, but generally you have to have plat, taken once before you try to use that.
Alright, let me just drop Piranha Pit and Inkblot Art Academy. It's now
Oh,
Inkblot
God.
Art Academy, but under construction. New Splatoon 3
Oh,
map
God.
idea, everyone. I get behind that. But that being said, I'd agree with that. It's a very hard map to push on. I'm hoping we see the Dapples out of Aromatic Ashes again, because Mist is gonna be so important in holding out opponents, and Rain's gonna be a great way to clear the plot. Similar thing if we see Dynamo, and just the same kind of combination of rushdown weapons that can use the paint, and then weapons that can paint really well and give them a lot of room to work. And especially on a map this tight, if they bring out similar comps to the first game, where we saw things like Galugas and Dynamo, the amount of chip damage and area control is going to be very difficult for Hollow Help.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those Galugas were super nice when we first saw them, so do wonder if they'll make a reappearance sometime later on in this set.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a better thing for Aromatic Ashes to do instead, to have a bit more range, a bit more bomb pressure to be able to fight off the comp of Hollow Help, which, if they run Proportion again, is going to be all the weapons are a hard counter to those Russian weapons in cases where they have paint, and Hollow Help's done a better job exploiting those weaknesses, and we will see a bit of an adjustment by the Ashes, deciding to pull out that splash for a little more range, and the Galugas as well. So it seems maybe they were listening, but they're going to have a lot of chip damage, a good balance of offensive and defensive capability, and that's hopefully going to let them just make it really hard for Hollow Help to move around. Well, Hollow Help has opted for seemingly the things that Missile Spam, and the Brush is going to offer a lot of armor spam, so they just want to churn out specials and then use the Nautilus and the 52 to take the fights, and since Nautilus and 52 are just very strong weapons on their own right, they're just going to have to enable them to let them win the fights against some of the weapons here, which they have pretty favorable matchups against it, really. Say like Nautilus's Galuga is going to be great for the Nox, it has about the same range but can just keep firing through the dodge roll, for example.
Yeah, I must say I am very glad to see those Galugas return, and that splash hopefully should really lend itself to a lot of area control, especially with those bomb launcher that we're seeing coming out right now. But those missiles are going to make it a lot harder to do that effectively. The Booyah Bomb as well, just forcing them back away from the edge that they wanted to use. Just gonna have the K-Gal on that left side there. Crew's gonna try and get that jump on the flings up, but the Brush is there as well. A lot going on. Looks like, oh, Ash is trying to take a little bit more aggression here, but it does not work in their favor. The Inkjet shot, the rollers coming and taking them down, leaving them 2 down, unfortunately. Neither team, though, in too much of a position to make a push. I think they're just trying to get advantages here. Although we could see something from Hollow Help, but with the 2 going down, I don't believe anything's going to be happening here.
Yeah, the last member of Hall Hop in mid is going to go down to a pinch from Aromatic Ashes, and now the Ashes have a chance to push, but they've got to get their clams in gear. It looks like they're doing that. They've got to pass a few more rounds to get the enough for a power, but now Captain Ash is, ooh, that's lag, and they're gonna get stuck and die to Nautilus, who's gonna go down and turn. So we see a situation now. Aromatic Ashes is all rotated far left. They can get a push here, but with that Booyah Bomb coming out, they might be in a lot of trouble, as we see with the Dynamo just barely not going down. The rest of the team being kind of ironically forced into a better position now that they're not all in one corner. So maybe that Booyah Bomb really was just the Hollow Help giving their opponents a friendly hint. Hey, maybe you all shouldn't stand there.
Maybe you shouldn't stand there because I'm going to Booyah Bomb you. But we've got Crozier trying to make something happen. You can see him trying to get up onto this step, but they are under a barrage of ink from those rollers. And ooh, that power climb does get saved, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything more with that. I feel like it's just getting passed from person to person like a hot potato. Ash trying to go in, but oh yeah, no, I think something was going on there, but the Inkjet just swooped in and said absolutely not. And so 3 minutes into this game, we still have not seen a score.
Yeah, neither team has made clams either. They just seem to be fighting each other. Like, neither team is really focused on playing the objective that much until they see a big return. They rush in with a power clam, they go in a little too fast, they die. Rinse, repeat. That's been most of the match. What's gonna have to happen is one team I mean, I wouldn't mind, but that's not how Splatoon works. One team's really just gonna have to get a full wipe while they've got clams, because it seems like that's what they're gonna need. And now we've got the Aromatic Ashes rushing in, going in for the fight, but the rest of their team isn't there, and they're gonna get full wiped. But it's not gonna matter as much as it could, because all Hollow Help is gonna do to get mid. And like we've seen, with only mid, these teams are struggling. And now, but Aromatic Ashes isn't quite gonna be in position to defend, or they are, and the Burst Bomb Rain is gonna clean up the Hollow Help now. Now Aromatic Ashes gotta get mid back, and they've gotta find some clams if they want to make anything off this. And while they're painting to just have mid control, they gotta get their specials, because if they can go in with, say, a Bomb Rush, and a Rain, and a Armor or Booyah, they can get in, but they're gonna have to use both the armor and at least one of those space controlling specials to find anything. And they haven't done that yet, and they still quite don't have the clams. And that clam that was meant for Captain Ash is gonna get snatched away, and that tiny little bit of ink they thought they were sharking in was not as safe as they thought.
Unfortunate. Well, I mean, like you said, just the use of these specials here, both teams are just kind of struggling to both get the clams and get the picks that they need, but that smooth double from the K-Gal, along with the formation of the power clam, could open the door for Hollow Health right here. They have the Booyah Bomb, they have the Inkjet going in. I think they're probably going to bomb right below the basket. There goes the bomb. Brush is going to go in. Gal's going in as well. There we go. There is the first score. Just 10 seconds before the game's end. And we've got a couple more clams going in to 68. The Ashes are respawning right now, but we still got more clams going in. That is going to be the end of the game. Just the one score at the very end, folks.
Yeah, and what let Hull get that push was they had the Inkjet there for a little suppressing fire. Then the armor came out with the Booyah, so they had a bit more paint than there was just from the Inkjet, along with the Booyah, added by the Booyah Bomb. And then the armor to just kind of rush in. And then they had enough paint that the other weapons could rush in, throw some bombs, give some suppressing fire, for the clams to be dunked, and from there, it was very easy for them to just get a couple picks, and since the game had no longer to run, that was all they needed to do. When game had maybe another minute or two left, there was every possibility Aromatic Ashes could do something similar and get a counter push.
Yeah, but when you just don't have any more time left, that's it. That's why there's a time limit on these games, just like you said. Alright, with our set 1-2 in the favor of Hollow Help, we're gonna go to Manta Maria for tower control. Boat time. This one's got corridors, baby.
Yes. I think this might be a good one for the Ashes. They like the rushdown weapons. If they can get through mid, where there's all the open sightlines, and force the fighting into the corridors, get up into their opponent's left area, where they can push up around the tower and just force the fighting into close quarters, they'll have the advantage. But if they're forced to fight it out on have the more longer sightlines, the comp Hollow Help's running with maybe not as much range, but just heavy shooters that paint is going to be a lot more effective in that open, is going to have, as we saw with some of the earlier matchups, easier matchups against the rushdown weapons we've been seeing out of the Ashes. So the Ashes just have to get through that mid situation, maybe find some flanks, and then force the combat into the awkward and cramped areas where the Glugas Fizzies can work, the Dapples can drop down, throw a mist, and get a bunch of picks so the Dynamo can just sit up there and control so much space. But they've got to get through mid first, like I said.
Yeah,
What do you
mid
think?
is pretty much, yeah, mid is just this wide open space that could be really disadvantageous to them. But once they get into those corridors, the little tight enclosed spaces, or they can guard cut or something like that, it could be a very, very beneficial pick for them. Do wonder if we'll see the return of the heavy at all, like we saw in Pit, especially because just having those having something that can be up on those crates can be really important, but they don't have to be there.
Yeah, and looks like we're restarting. I'm interested to see what weapons the Ashes will bring out. So I think they figured out at least they can't run that triple rushdown, but maybe they'll offer heavier. And we do see the heavy. We see that comp that works so well in last tower control match we saw. The heavy is going to have a lot of range here. The brush and the dapples are going to use those close spaces, and there's a blaster there, which, as much as I was talking about them mid being away from them, with heavy and a blaster, they're not going to worry about that. And making the blaster and the dapples missed, they're going to have a pretty good defensive potential. They're just probably going to get a little out-painted by the Hollow Help and out-specialed, but if they can get the picks and keep enough specials out, I think they'll be fine. They've really got to use the blaster chip damage and get a lot of flanks if they're going to be able to win this against the Helps. Just probably what they're going to use is to keep spamming specials and using their Slayer weapons to rush in like we saw last game.
Definitely. Adaptation, though. You love to see it. Alright, we've got some picks to start off. 2-3 down on the Ashes, and they're looking to make it a fourth. Not quite, though. The Grim Range is holding this with all they can. So no, we're not going to have the decisive wipe into a very quick push here to start off this game. In fact, Peter here on the Grim Range, advancing to mid, they have their missiles. And so probably once their team builds up a good little vantage point right here, you can see what they have. They're going to pop those. Let's see. I do expect those to come out soon. Yep, there they are. There's the Ancient and Booyah on the side of the Health, and then we also have the Booyah coming out on the side of the Ashes. So many things are happening right now. Ash is probably going to maybe try and camp that jumper for the Inkjet. Not quite going to get that Nautilus. Do they get the pick? They get the pick on the Nautilus. Very nice. So this is just, they're going to get to checkpoint 1 and hold out for a little bit. We'll see if they are managing to get past this. No, looks like a member of the Hollow Help is just going to jump back on and somehow ride out to mid. We're seeing just a tug of war on the tower right now.
Yeah, good job by the Aromatic Ashes using that jump cam as bait to get a pick on the brush. Now they're going to be forced into an awkward situation. The Dapples just got to run. They can't run fast enough. Nautilus will take them down. And now the Hollow Help have their turn to push. They've got 2 specials coming in line. Ancient Armor, which is going to be deadly. The other 2 coming in line very quickly. Because all these weapons, with perhaps the exception of Nautilus, will get their specials fast. Now with the Blaster going a little fast. And the other weapons on Aromatic Ashes is going in too fast. They're running straight into the fire of the Hollow Help. The Dapples rushed in because they had nowhere else to go. They had no paint to let them retreat. So their only option they saw was forward. And they did that and they died. But now the Blaster comes out, the Armor comes out. It looks like the Hollow Help will be shut down after breaking that first checkpoint. But the Aromatic Ashes really have to get some paint in the ground because they don't have the paint advantage and they've got to use the player advantage they have for right now to be able to get paint in the ground, especially with Kumo being forced to jump out. But the Aromatic Ashes, they'll lose a player. So now they're not going to do anything else to do anything other than just hold mid as a scrappy fight breaks out, and it looks like the Hollow Help are still winning. Even though the fights are somewhat trades, there's still so much paint for Hollow Help where the rest of their members can keep running around and continuing the tug of war, if not just straight up pushing.
Yeah, alright, we got nicely plays Booyah Bomb, and the gal drops down and just gets directed by the Blaster. Blaster getting 2 assists out of that one shot, and that's going to be a full wipe on the side of Hollow Help. So Ashes really need to take advantage of this. They need to get to that second checkpoint, if not past it. We got the Booyah Bomb coming out on that far left side there to protect the tower, which could be a nice pick. But somebody gets taken out on Attic as well, so you're going to have to watch for that. There's the Armor. They make it to the second checkpoint. Can they hold it long enough? And with 2 members down, it might be really difficult. They're going to try and hold it long enough to take the lead. 52 points. Oh, the wipe. Unfortunately, they're not able to take it.
Yeah, they did. If they had not lost like one more member right there of the brush, they'd seen the brush coming. I think that would have been a lead for sure. But now they've only got 2 points to go. They got a minute to go. There's no checkpoints in the way. They've got every chance to get here. They've just got to get the right picks, get a little map control, get their specials ready. They're gonna go 2 down. The Inkjet's gonna cause them so much trouble. The brush is gonna be forced to just run around. They'll do so successfully. The brush on the side of Hollow Help will go down. The Booyah Bomb coming out, not really doing anything. Now the Ashes have their opportunity. They've just got to get a little more pain in the ground so they can push up. And the Nautilus taking a good jump out, but they might be jumping right into fire or not. They're going to escape with their life, barely. As
Was
the
that a
Booyah Bomb
sprinkler
comes
jump
out,
yet?
I think it might.
Did I
have
just?
been.
It might have been a sprinkler kill. I don't know. We can look back later, but I think I just saw a jump get canned by a sprinkler. Anyways, back to the game. Oh, that is. Oh, things happening there. We got missiles. We got rollers going out. And looks like Ash is trying with everything they have to get this out there. See a member of the Ashes just kind of trying not to die on the tower there. They are able to take the tower, keep control of it, but that Nautilus right there is just going to demolish them. Brush and Nautilus having a little scrappy fight on the tower. It looks like it.
Oh, and that's
that's
gonna be the
it.
Ashes taking it back.
Oh, so here we are. We're going to a game 5, everybody. Hanging on by the skin of their teeth, Aromatic Ashes able to take that game and bring the set 2-2. But also 20 KA from the Nautilus is very impressive. Props to you.
20k, but it still wasn't quite enough to that last stage push. We saw a great job. The Ashes kind of panic popped their specials, but since they were specials like Booyah or Ray that just control area, it let them get just enough breathing room to keep pushing forward. The brush did the same strategy that stopped the last push that could take the lead, but this time enough members of the Ashes were present to shut them down. And then when a member of the Help tried to rush the tower last second against 2 members of the Help, they were watching that little ledge, so they were able to pre-fire it and get the pick there. And then there was only 1 member left of the Help, which just wasn't enough. There was too much suppressing fire for them to stop the tower, which allowed the Ashes to win last second. Now we are back to Humpback Pump Track.
We get to see it again. Yep. Both teams have already seen this in semis. They get to see it yet again in grands. Wonder what we'll be seeing because, I think the Aromatic Ashes did lose this previous set, didn't they, to the Incomes?
Yes, they did because of the funky rushdown. Because they used the rushdown comp. That was the time they ran the rushdown comp with no bombs and
Yeah.
kind of got mowed down. I'm interested to see what they'll do here, if they'll try the same comp again, knowing they lost with it, or if they'll make the adjustments they've been making throughout this set and try to run a bit more range in order to be able to hold out against the Hollow Helps comp.
I do say I have been wanting to see that. I do want to see that Dynamo again. We've been seeing that Dynamo nicely. I want to see it again here on Humpback because that's going to be pretty neat.
Yes, and I'm thinking we might see the Sploosh again from Hollow Help. And this is a map where Sploosh is going to be really strong. A lot of paint, Hammer can just clear the map, the path straight to the goal, and they have the opportunity to rush down from a bunch of different angles.
Oh, definitely. Alright, going into Game 5 of IDTGA number 29. Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker, the second time that we've seen it. There's the K Dynamo again. Oh, we've still got the Flings though, we've still got Arches. And the Sploosh. So yeah, relatively
I
similar
really like the
concept of
K-Pro
game.
here.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Ashes opted for Junior, which is going to give them bombs and a lot of armor. It's going to help against maybe the brush and the missile spam from the Ashes, or from the Help. And the K-Pro is going to have good matchups because a lot of these weapons will have the range they need now. And that's actually a double armor comp with Gold Dynamo. Seems like what they're... Well, that's not a Gold Dynamo, I am blind. That's against them. So they'll have double Booyah, which honestly double armor might have been in play here, but the Booyah Bomb's give a lot of space control. And now, at least one member is the Help is way out of position. They're going to be forced to jump back. Though luckily another member of their team gets a stray bomb kill or something like that, keeping that from being a disastrous push by the Ashes. But now the Ashes are going to go, and they might have the disadvantage, but they're pushing, and they're just going to keep putting paint down. They're looking for picks. They're going to find one on the knot. It's only going to be a trade, but it's going to be enough. And now the Ashes gonna be 3 down. The Dapples are rushing in, which might not be the play, but they've diverted the entire team from them. Now the Help have to set up a push. And will get picked off in mid by a straight bomb or just a nice K-Pro shot. Now the Ashes are the ones with the advantage. They just need to paint mid again, and they can potentially push.
A lot happening in a short period of time. Roller here, oblivious of the sploosh, just encroaching on them until it's too late. Finally, though, they're able to take that, able to get the lead that they wanted to get, but they're going to be a little bit stuck in this corner. The Inkjet, though, helping to clear it out. You can see how the bomb spam is affecting them there. There's the Dynamo, misses one swing, misses the second. Ooh, the brush takes him down, but unfortunately the Rainmaker is going to fall to some very nice shots from this K-Pro here. I mean, this K-Pro's already got 6 KA racked up. Look at him go.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to get a counter. They're not using a terrible thing on this map because one good rush, one well-timed wipe, and you've got the game. As this map's very straight line to the goal after you get on the first corner design goes. We've got Armor and Booyah, which perhaps a bit premature, but that will result in 3 down on the Hollow Help. The last member is forced to jump out, and the Ashes gotta go, and they're going. But the juniors
But we have the
have
Ultra Stamp. Oh, but the Ultra Stamp gets thrown, and the Stamp misses, and that was the lead, wasn't it? That was the lead by 1 point.
Yes, it was. And I think what happened there was that that's the lead by more, but the Sploosh didn't have enough paint to move up and swim up with the Stamp, and they couldn't just stamp up with the Stamp, because I think they thought they'd get picked off. So as if they threw it. The Rainmaker just dodged and made the last one. Then the missiles are going to come out, the mist is going to hold that corner, which is really important. But one member of the Ashes is going to get on the Help are going to take the lead by a lot, because the Ashes were just all out of position. None of them were even there to be able to put any fire in the way of the Rainmaker and didn't have any paints on the ground. So the Help just walked straight out. Now Desperation Booyah hopefully will be enough to at least get them from not getting KO'd.
Yeah, okay, so they're able to take that out of the spawn a little bit of a this way as Ash urging their teammates to follow them down to mid here, so they are able to avoid a KO there. They've got to take it all the way up to pretty much what is the equivalent of the KO on this map, though. Dapples go down, really unfortunate. They still got the Dynamo backing them up, though, and it looks like they're trying to clear a path over to the right, if I'm not mistaken, so that is going to be a bit difficult. Oh, the Rainmaker falling into the bomb there. Very, very unfortunate. You'd hate to see it.
This is where Ashes are gonna start to panic. They're like, we've only got a minute left. This is the tourney. They've got this 8-point lead. If they don't collect themselves here, it's gonna be really bad because they'll just keep trying to push up and feed into Hollow Help. If they can collect themselves, take a breath, get a pick here, pick there, and just play carefully a little bit, they'll be fine. And now Huma's gonna try to use their Stamp. It's gonna completely waste it, which might hurt them later. It's gonna give Ashes a bit of an advantage. 2 members going down on the side of the Ashes though. Now the Help are gonna be looking for something, taking the Dapples out. They don't need to push. They probably should just make it even harder for the Ashes to get back in. Now the Ashes are armored and rushing in with the person advantage. If Hollow had moved up, this would be a lot harder, but now the Ashes, they gotta grab the Rainmaker and they gotta go. And they're not quite, the Dapples are pushing up on their own, which is gonna hurt them quite a bit with the Help holding back, and the Ashes just can't move because of the paint and just didn't move when they needed to, really. They didn't, and now they're grabbing because they've got to, but they don't have that advantage they did earlier. They're going to be trapped by the lack of paint, and the missiles will take them down.
Yeah, they are very much doing their best here, but here's the stamp to die to the barrier. So that is a way to end this. I mean,
That's going to be the tournament for the Hollow Help. That's all,
Imagine
folks.
just pulling
And
at
we've
your
got the
stamp.
stream right here. Actually, don't do that, but...
Imagine just pulling at your stamp and stamping directly into the Rainmaker barrier to end off the match. I mean, that is definitely a way to go out, among other things. But yeah, that is your tournament. So congratulations to the Hollow Help for their very nice exchange to go alone win there. Congratulations to our runners at the Aromatic Ashes, who we saw make a great win in the semis. Thank you to everybody who came out and played, or came and watched the stream. It was great to have you all here. And to our wonderful staff members, production people, and thank you for commentating with me, Quark. It was a blast.
Yes. As it is always. And where can the wonderful people on the interwebs find you?
Oh, you've stolen my line. Well, they can
Yes,
find
that's
me.
still your line. It's a good line.
You stolen my line, but you can find me on Twitter at Cater_, where I talk about the things I commentate and I do art commissions. How about you?
Found on stream at Strange Court on Twitter. I mostly just retweet art, so like, feel
Well,
free
the
to
art
drop a
is
follow.
great.
No need to. Yes, the art is good, but
All right.
that's gonna be it for us. We hope to see you next time.
Well, yeah, that does it. Stay fresh, everybody.